welcome back. Always a pleasure to be rocking on with the best family on the tube. As you've seen from the title, we are about to cook some meat pies in the van in a pan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is going to work. Fingers crossed it comes out good because they're frozen, and it's going to take a little bit of finesse to make them come out the best. But I think we'll be able to pull it off. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and joining the family. Would love to have you. And remember to give me that thumbs up action. All right, I'm going to get everything set up. And let's see how we go. What's up, Karen? Welcome to the stream. And welcome to my dream. The Aussie meat pie in the frying pan dream. What's up, I? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. Hope all is going fabulous. And what's up to everyone watching in the background? I hope everyone is doing good. So, got some chilled jams in the background here. Hope it's not too loud. And yeah, let's keep going. Let's get set up because it looks like it could rain again from that way. So I'm gonna, yeah, get it going. This is the best thing ever. Love this camp grill, man. This right here, probably the best $20 I ever spent. What's up, Jazzy? Trying to get the action for you. Oh. There we go. That's better. Alright. Load this up. This is pretty low, but hopefully it's enough to get the job done. So I've just stuck that in here. It's already cleaned. I cleaned it last night perfectly, so I think it's good to go. I'm not going to worry about it. Could just wipe it down just to make sure there's no lint. going to be vital. I have to have this on as low as possible or it's not going to work. This has to be low, man. Otherwise the bottom will get burnt before the insides cook because they're so thick, the meat pies. So there's not any room for mistake with this. It has to be on the lowest setting. So hopefully it'll stay super low without actually going out. But yeah, it has to. And we have to slow cook this for like 45 minutes to an hour. So hopefully it also doesn't rain in that time frame. So fingers crossed. I'm also gonna knead this lid. All right, let's get the meat pies out. For that, we go in the freezer. We'll also have some frozen vegetables with it too, I think. Now, nixnay on the vegetables. If I put those in with this, the moisture content in the vegetables will definitely make it, because I need to have this completely covered. I can't even have a little gap for this. I really need it completely covered. So if I put the vegetables in, it's going to definitely add too much moisture, potentially making it too soggy. So no vegetables. This can go straight for the meat pie. Now, I think the brand I got, I can't remember, but I think these are Sergeant's. Chicken and vegetable. So we're gonna have two of those. Super excited. So that's what a frozen one for you guys back home. Don't know what an Aussie meat pie looks like. That's it. Two. Since I've got no vegetables to go with it, we'll make two. All right. Here we go. They're in the pan. Putting the lid on, which has hair on it. All right, now we wait. So it's about 4:30 now. So at 5 o'clock, I'll flip it, because that'll be about the halfway mark. I think it's going to definitely take about that long. So I'll flip it over and then let it cook for another 30 minutes on the other side. So I'll check it though in like 15 just to make sure and see how we're progressing. So until then, I'll just hang out with you guys. It's freaking cold today. Usually the cold is more at night, but today it's been pretty cold. So yeah, that's probably about as low as I'm gonna be able to get that. I'm hoping like we can get it cooked in about 30 minutes. But I know realistically it's going to take freaking at least probably especially wanting to get it perfect. Like I want it to be perfect, so I don't want to rush it. I don't want to crank it up higher or anything like that. I got to keep it on the low and just be patient. Patience is going to make these really good pies. Otherwise, it's going to be freaking yeah, a disaster. So so as long as I don't burn them, they'll be, you know, they'll turn out good. I guess got to find the balance, because I'd rather them be, it's chicken, you know, it's chicken, so you got to make sure chicken's cooked properly. And this is frozen again. You can't, you got to really be patient with it. The outside's a bit overcooked, the inside will be freaking cold, so be patient. So can't wait. Hopefully it doesn't start raining in the process. So if you look over there, this camera isn't going to help show what I wanted. All right, that's a fail. This camera always makes everything look brighter than what it really is. We got some sun on this side, dark cloud on that side. This is the first sun I've seen all day long. This is the first sun I've seen all freaking day, man. I've had no sun. My batteries are like so freaking low. So I'm gonna have to today, so after I eat, I'm gonna have to drive for an hour or two just to get some freaking charge in my batteries. Ideally, I'd drive like 5 hours, because after we know driving 6 hours in advance. So the other day, guys, do you guys remember me driving 6 hours on that long road trip? Even after driving 6 hours, the alternator still couldn't get these batteries up to full. That's how dead they were. So we've had nothing but rain, as you guys know, the past couple of days. It's just rain and cloudy skies. So haven't had that help during the day to get, you know, some charge in the batteries. So yeah, we're gonna definitely have to do some driving after this. So everyone, hope you're doing well, and I hope that you guys, everyone who's come into the chat now, I don't know who's, let me get my other phone here. Let me see if I can chat to you guys a bit. Na, 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 na. Is the music too loud, guys? Let me know if it's too loud or if it's fine. I just realized I can't go in this and use this because it stops my freaking music. New. Okay, we just lost the music thanks to my not thinking. And that was a good country song playing too. There we go. All right. What's up, Charlene? What's up, Karen? Karen goes, no, it's good faith. Thank you for letting me know. It's good faith. Thank you for letting me know, Charlene. What's up, Guy? Cool, I know that makes Faith happy. What makes me happy? You guys make me happy. Yeah, Karen, it's the weirdest thing. Karen's asking if the van is out of limp mode. It's so strange what's going on with the van right now. It's like going in and out. Like it's 1 minute's limping, then it's not limping, then it's limping, and it's not limping, and then it's the high oil light comes on, but then it doesn't come on. It's, I don't know, man. The van, those things that day, for the moment in time where it was just driving perfectly for an extended period of time, was awesome. Fingers crossed though. I mean, it's very promising to know that something is like, you know, this van is capable of driving perfectly. Anyways, that's a good feeling to know it can drive flawlessly if it wants to. But I'm optimistic about just, yeah, you know, we're gonna eventually, my goal, so you guys know, my goal is to even though I know I did say I am going to get another van, that is a goal as well, but the goal in the process is, if possible, is to not lose Van Diesel along the way. If there's a way to make all this happen without Van Diesel having to be lost in the sauce, then that's what I'm going to do, because, you know, Van Diesel is family, and I'm in love with Van Diesel. You know, don't think I don't love Van Diesel. I freaking love Van Diesel. And I've already put so much heart and soul into this van, you know, and also this van has been, this is my home, you know, like we've got a bond now, you know. I've spent so many hours in here, so I kind of hope, like, you know, somehow I can keep it in the family, you know, still. And one of my business ideas is, so once I've got this other van and things like that, then, you know, this van I can rent out and give people the opportunity to experience van life, you know, for themselves. They can go away overnight, over a weekend or something, and I can, you know, rent this out and let people experience van life. Since everything's set up in here now, you know, I've got it set up, got everything you need in here, you know, so it would be definitely perfect for someone who wanted to experience van life. Plus, also, since this is my home, living in the van and things like this, you know, it's good to have a backup van too, because you never know what could happen. As you guys know, things happen, and so having another van as a safety net van, as a backup van, is also probably pretty smart thinking. What's up, Tim? Hope you are well. Hope all is good. But yeah, guys, one way or another, you can expect at some stage there's definitely going to be another van coming to the channel. That is a given. And the only thing is whether it's going to be, I'm hoping it can tick all the boxes, the things I really want in my dream van: high roof, long wheelbase, if possible 4x4, the ability to be 4x4, but those ones that have the 4x4 capability and the high roof, long wheelbase are really freaking expensive, so I don't know. But in a perfect world, it has that ability as well. And I want it to be, I prefer manual. Manual, you can get out of a lot of situations a lot better, plus it's cheaper to repair manuals than autos. Auto transmission costs a lot more. So that's kind of that's kind of be like the ticks I'm hoping I can tick with the dream perfect van. So that's what I'm searching for. And I know some of you are like, oh well, what happens to Beamer along the way? I'm hoping I don't have to get rid of the Beamer either in the process. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, you know, fingers crossed somehow all this can come together perfectly. What's up, Magical Margarita? What's up, Tim? What's up? Who else? Anyone else come in that I've missed? Hope you guys are all doing well. What's up, Ozzy? Ozzy. Oi, oi, oi. Hope you're well. Yeah, so I'm thinking though, like, oh, I can't wait for. I just glanced over. I'm looking at these meat pies too. I'm like, oh my gosh. Every Australian person in my stream right now, they're like, freaking meat pies are the best thing in the world. I promise you, there's not one Australian person in the entire country of Australia that doesn't like a meat pie. I promise you. I would bet $1 million. I would bet $1 million that no Aussie person, matter of fact, no person who's ever had a meat pie, even if you've never been to Australia, I promise you, there's not one person. Everyone back home in the States, I promise you, if you had a meat pie, you would fall in love with it. It would change your life. You'd be like, oh my gosh, meat pie, freaking, what the hell have I been living life without a meat pie? So I'm freaking looking forward to this. We've got some good heat in here. I'm feeling the lid, and the lid is nice and warm. It's what we want. So that heat is working. I've got it as low as I could possibly get this thing. So fingers crossed it just works, you know. I think as long as I've got it on low and no liquids like come out of the pie, like seep out, I don't have to worry about it burning on the bottom. It just might get really brown and a bit hard, but it should be, because I got the lid completely enclosed, it should be okay. So fingers crossed. Never made a pie like this before in a pan. It's always used the oven, but hey, when you're desperate for a pie, you got to do what you got to do. Exactly, guys. Slow and low. Exactly. That's the key to cooking anything, to make it good. Slow and low, but especially anything frozen, you got to do it very, very, very slow. Be patient and keep the temperature as low as possible. So that's what we're doing. So I can't wait. I can't wait. Let me see what else you guys are saying in here. She be right, Faith. See, that's the line right there, guy. That's the one. I was talking about it in another video. It's like Aussies say, you know, like the she be right, mate. That kind of line where no matter what's going on, it's all good. But Aussies are super chill, laid back. Like, I love that saying. She be right, mate. I love how you guys say that. So awesome. It's a good attitude to have. It's so positive. Karen, so it looks like Jazzy says you're not well. I hope you get better soon, Karen. Sending you lots of love and good vibes and good energy. Get well soon. Leaky chicken sounds dodgy. Aussie leaky chicken. Yeah, if you put it that way, it doesn't sound appealing either. Yeah, Margarita goes, I prefer chicken and leek pie over meat pie. I haven't had the leek one, but the chicken and vegetable one, I love it. Chicken and vegetable meat pies are so freaking good. Like, I really love the chicken and meat pie ones. Chicken and vegetable ones, which I've gotten here. I love those. So yeah, I at the end of the day though, I like all of them. I wish I had The breakfast. Have you guys had the breakfast meat pies that have like egg in it, and they've got egg, bacon bits and stuff like that inside of it? Oh, dude, the breakfast ones are so good. How good is the breakfast ones? Oh my gosh, man. So I'm really excited about this because it's like a chicken pot pie. It really is. It's like a chicken pot pie, especially the chicken and vegetable one is definitely a lot like a chicken pot pie. Just a little bit smaller chicken pot pie, probably a little bit smaller than a chicken pot pie, but very similar. Yeah, absolutely. It's especially the chicken and vegetable Aussie meat pie one is exactly like a chicken pot pie, more or less. So yeah, definitely. So delicious, man. So freaking I gotta say, like, of all the things that I love about Australia, as far as like like Australian culture, you know what I mean? Like things that are just so Australian. The meat pie is at the top of the list, man. Like it is just perfect. It's the perfect thing. Oh yeah. Chicken schnitzels too. Making schnitzels, are you? Chicken schnitzels are, yeah, Aussie schnitzels. They do the Aussie chicken schnitzels are really good too. They do the chicken parmesanas and stuff. Those are really good as well. I guess those are very kind of Aussie-like too. When I think of Aussie stuff anyways, I think of the chicken schnitzels and things. Yeah. I like those. They're good. Yeah, that's probably pretty Aussie as well, when I think about it. I think Aussie fish and chips is a thing on its own as well. Aussie fish and chips is an Aussie kind of thing, even though, like, it's a British UK thing originally. But Aussie fish and chips is very special. It's very Aussie to me. Like, you get the experience. If you go to you got to go to a proper old school, kind of fish and chip shop to get the real Aussie fish and chips experience, I've learned. Because what they do is they put it in, like, they get like these big pieces of paper, and then they say, do you want a $2 worth, $3 worth, $4 worth of fries? Like, they do it like that, and they put in they put the fish and the fries in this big, like, just paper, like, rolled up. They roll it up like in big sheets of paper, and you get it and you unroll the paper. It's like unboxing a Christmas present. And they put the chicken salt on. Everything is magic. Like, I think that's something that's very Aussie, is chicken salt. Because I mean, even though we have chicken salt, but it's not chicken salt in Australia it's like a rite of passage. It's just a thing. Like, every KFC, Red Rooster, all the fish and chip shops, like most places, they put chicken salt on, and it's not a question. Like, it's just the default is chicken salt. So if you want regular salt, you have to ask for regular salt, but the default is chicken salt. So that's their thing, is chicken salt. I think I see that as very Aussie as well. But yeah, super good stuff. The fish supper, yeah. I made fish the other day. You know what I'll do, guys? One day I will make I'll make fish and chips in the van. That'll be fun. I'll do that one day. Cause look, I mean, this is the thing I was telling anyone. Like, once if you know what you're doing, if you're patient, the biggest thing is just being able to be patient. But if you're patient, you take your time, you can basically cook anything in a frying pan. You really can. Like, you guys see me make pizzas back in the apartment, in the frying pan, making pizzas in the frying pan. So, like, you can make anything you want if you're patient and you do low temperature. What's up, Nicole? Hope you're well. You just got to be patient with it. And you guys see me, one frying pan. I'm doing everything in one frying pan. Last night, if y'all watch the stream I put up, the upload, it's a new uploaded video. If you guys haven't watched it yet, it's the one called finding the perfect spot or something to cook in the rain or something like that. I just uploaded, so check out my uploaded videos. And I made fish. Oh wait, no, chicken. Sorry, it was like a chicken with like Parmesan on it and tomato sauce, but it was like a frozen thing that I just found in the freezer section of the supermarket. And because now, like, one thing I've been attempting to find more of, now that, you know, once you start getting in the van and you start realizing how easy it is for any other food to go off and stuff, freezer foods kind of work the best because, you know, they'll keep for months. And, you know, that's kind of my game plan lately. So I've been trying to find more things that I can just keep frozen. And so I experimented with things I've never had before. Like normally, if I wanted, you know, chicken with a tomatoey sauce or with cheese on it or something like that, that'd be something I would just make myself. Buy fresh chicken, you know, bread it up myself, or, you know, bake in the oven, put some cheese over it, whatever. But I'm finding new ways to kind of do some things to satisfy the needs of just being in the van, being able to have food on demand at any given time. So I'm experimenting, just seeing what kind of things in the freezer that I can find that turn out good results, you know. So you guys will see some interesting things over upcoming weeks that I'm experimenting with, you know, things out of the freezer. But with that chicken last night, I put that in there in the frying pan. I added my vegetables that I wanted to have. I put the vegetables around it, and I literally cooked the vegetables and the chicken all in the same pan. And it was everything was frozen, even the vegetables. And I slow cooked it. I kept it on low, and it all turned out perfect. And I just had to be really patient and gentle with it because, you know, the only miscalculation was the tomato sauce that was on the bottom. If I didn't really think about it when I stuck in the pan, I should have flipped it the other way around and had the cheese side on the bottom first and had the sauce on the top, because the sauce, as you guys can imagine, that got freaking you know, brown really fast, because sauce doesn't take long to freaking brown up. The cheese would have gotten brown, but it would not have gotten black. But sauce, you know, kind of got, so a little bit of miscalculation there. It still turned out good, still turned out perfect. I still ate it, I still enjoyed it. But these little, you know, things along the way as I experiment with making everything in the same dish from frozen, and also without using oils or anything. Like, I don't like to add any extra oil to my food if I can help it. But eventually what I am going to get, and it's just a matter of once I find it, and I don't know, it's kind of, right now it's a tricky thing just because my battery supply, I'm having a hard time keeping my power, my battery's topped up as it is. But I do want to get a little oven. You can get these little camping ovens that plug into your 12-volt system. And in the future, if I had those, you know, one of those ovens, I can stick those in the oven, and while I'm driving for 45 minutes or an hour, they can be cooking in the oven while I'm driving. So I'm charging up my battery, and it's not draining my battery because the engine's running. And when I get to my destination, dinner is served. So that's going to be really freaking awesome. So I'm looking forward to doing that at some stage, getting one of those. And I think I'll mount it somewhere. I gotta figure out somewhere I can kind of, it's probably going to have, I don't know where I would even put it, really. I look around like, where am I going to put this? I don't really have the space, but I don't figure it out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So might be something I wait until I get the new van, and when I have more space, and I can. The new van build is going to be extreme, guys. I'm gonna do things. I'm gonna take the skills I've learned from doing this build in here, and I'm gonna go to town, guys. I'm gonna have tiles. I'm gonna take it above just wood. I'm gonna have a tile area. I'm gonna have freaking a ceramic oven. I'm gonna do everything in there that I didn't do in this one. It's gonna be so freaking awesome because I'll have the space to do it. I have proper roof ventilation and things, so I'll be able to cook when it's like I won't have to open my door to cook. I'll have proper ventilation inside and stuff. It's gonna be over the top. It's gonna be so good. So guys, I'm looking forward to that. Thanks, Guy. Yeah, Guy, that's a great idea. The oven, yeah, it's gonna be super awesome. And an air fryer. I'll be able to have an air fryer in the new van. It's all about power consumption. So at the end of the day, the new van, I'm gonna have like lithium batteries. I'm gonna have bigger wattage solar panels on the top and bigger wattage amp hour batteries, and it's just going to be everything I learned from this whole experience in here and taking it to the next level. Charlene goes, oh, you could do tacos, Faith. Yeah, for sure, Charlene. Tacos, definitely something I could do in the van, and definitely something we will do in the van because I love tacos. And that's a very easy one to do in the van, absolutely. Plus, that works very well if I've got like frozen turkey mince or something that I've got in the freezer. I can put that and cook it from frozen and just ground up the meat and make up my tacos. So absolutely, definitely something we will do in the van, for sure. Absolutely, man. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes. Surprisingly, time has kind of flown by pretty quick. That was super fast. So I'm gonna check on the pies. The plan is to flip them over now. And hopefully, if we've had this as low as I hope that it could go, hopefully the bottoms aren't gonna be too hard and overcooked. So let's see how we've done. Oh yeah, we're good, guys. We're good. We're freaking really good. We've had that low enough. That's perfect. As you can see, it didn't get too brown or too, hard. It's nice and soft still. And that's what we wanted. So that's perfect. So now we put the lid back on. And we'll go for another 30 minutes like that. And by then, this will probably cause it to become a little bit more soggy after another 30. I imagine it might get a bit soggy in here, but otherwise, by then I'll be able to just turn the heat up a bit and crispy it up the outside if need be. But so far, this strategy is working really well. I feel the heat is nice. It's not too hot. As you can see, I can put my hand on here. I'm not getting burnt. So that's what we want. We want the heat as low as possible. And that is working perfectly. I've got the lid completely closed because there isn't a lot of moisture that's on the outside to create a lot of steam. So I don't need to have that little gap. So last night's video, if you guys remember, I said I like to leave a little gap most of the time to allow the steam to escape the condensation so it doesn't make everything all soggy inside. But with these pies, because it's everything that's liquid, moist, is enclosed inside of the pie. So as long as that doesn't puncture, we should be pretty good to have this completely closed and really have that oven type effect going on in here. So we just wait another 30 minutes. So that should be the perfect amount of time. 30 minutes on each side. We do another 30 on this side. So at 5:30, dinner will probably be ready to be served. And I'm glad the rain hasn't hit, so that's good. And guys, this thing works, man. This thing really works, dude. Shout out to this freaking electric thing here, guys. I call it the Mosquito 4000, but that's not the name of it, but that's what I call it because I don't remember what the name. I just picked it up one day. But I picked this up from Anaconda. If anyone wants to get one of these, Anaconda sells these. Anaconda is a store over in Australia. It's a chain that does like outdoor stuff. So they've got like, camping stuff and frying pans, tents, bikes, anything outdoorsy kind of thing they sell. And I picked these up I picked one of these up for $19.95 or something like that from Anaconda. And what it does is it emits a frequency that mosquitoes and midges don't like, and it keeps them away. And apparently it's supposed to do a 3-meter radius from you. So now it has a clip on it. Now, I've never used it on me, but it has a clip on the back that you can clip it on your clothes and whatever. So if you're walking around or anything like that, you can have this clipped on your pocket, on your pants, or you could actually even just clip it up here in your shirt like that. And this here, a 3-meter radius. So like 3 meters, think about 3 meters around you. Like that's a pretty good distance of protection. And so I've been using this with the door open, and I've had this, like I just put it right here in the bench here. And it works, dude. I have not had any mosquitoes or midges bite me since I've been using this thing. Like it's worked. It's been working. And I was even using it one day where there was a campground that people were saying like this is famous for having so many mosquitoes, like really bad mosquito problems there. And I was using only this thing, and it freaking works, man. So it's cool too, because you press this button, it has 3 different settings. So it's basically, the settings are like a timer on how long it will stay on for. So the first setting does 4 hours, or it will stay on for like 6 or 8 hours, and the next one's like 12 hours or something like that, or 10 hours. And then after that time frame, it will automatically cut off, yourself, to save the battery in it. So I've used this now. You guys have seen me use this quite often. The battery is still going in it. Like it hasn't died yet. The battery is still good. It looks like this is just those little, those little watch batteries that go into watches and stuff, like those little small batteries. So it looks like it's something that you can actually probably use a screwdriver in the back and open up. You could probably change the battery in here. And yeah, but the cost of those batteries are like usually pretty steep, man. Like, those little batteries that are usually like around $10-15. You're probably better off, instead of messing around trying to find a battery and changing and stuff. It's just when the time comes, if your thing dies, just freaking go out and freaking spend another $20, pick up another one, and just do that, because it'll probably work out to be about the same cost as if you went and freaking got a battery and started messing around trying to put a new one in. But dude, this thing is good. And I guess if you had a group of people, you could probably get away with maybe having 2 or 3 of these, and you wouldn't have to have nasty sprays and chemicals sprayed around and things like that. So I'd say, like, even if you use it in conjunction with whatever you normally use as even an extra safeguard, man, I recommend it, dude. So I'm really happy with that thing, man, because you guys know, you guys have heard me complain, like, mosquitoes is the one thing. Those midges and those mosquitoes drive me nuts, man. So I've been really happy with this thing. So yeah, I'm surprised it actually works, because usually these things are very gimmicky and they don't really work, but no complaints, man. So yeah, I'm glad there's like things you can kind of do to protect yourself from mosquitoes and midges. Now it's starting to get a bit dark. By the time these pies are done, it'll be completely dark, but by then I should be able to just close my door straight up and eat anyways. And I can turn the light on in here and close the door. So I started to figure out, like, I think just by me having this door open like this, even though, you know, and because I'm using low heat, like, you know, I think that it's pretty safe, even though you're not supposed to use this in an enclosed space. But I'm getting the feeling this camping grill, you know, especially because I cook with low heat when I use it, like I'm never just have it on full blast and stuff. I personally think that the amount of carbon monoxide that's getting into the vehicle is probably minimum. And most of the time after I cook anyways, I usually end up driving somewhere anyways, and then I have the windows down, and that helps to air out even further. So yeah, it's working, man. I think in the new van though, I think I will actually get proper LPG, like probably the big gas bottles, and put, like, you know, the kind of like I have had, you know, the proper gas ones, because if I have a proper gas one, like a bigger one, and have that on the bigger van, I'll be able to build a compartment for the bottle, one that I can make it so that it's like basically not inside the van. I've seen someone else build one where they basically cut a hole in the side of the van, like a, you know, a rectangle, and then they put like a gas box into that space, and they silicone it shut, and they put a door on the front of it, and they put the bottle there and have a little hole. So the gas bottle is never actually inside the van. It's outside the van technically, and then it's just connected with a little hose inside. So for the next build, I'm gonna be attempting to do stuff like that. Like I said, next van build, I'm raising everything I've done in this van. I'm gonna be freaking taking it to the next level, and that's cool, Faith. Yeah, Karen, it's super cool. It's super cool because, as you know, those big, what you pay like $30, I think, when you swap the thing over or something. And so one of those lasts a long time, especially if you're cooking low heat. And it'll allow me what I want to do, because I want to have in the new van, you can actually get range top, like hoods, like the range top with the oven, like a bigger size one that you can actually use to cook basically everything perfectly, like I was in a kitchen in my restaurant. So that's the goal. I want to have a setup where, because when I had my mobile food truck, I told you guys I had my mobile food truck thing, and I had like the gas thing in there. Like I could cook like normal. Do you know what I mean? As long as you've got ventilation, you can use that stuff and not stress about it at all. I'm even going to, even though, like I said, the only reason I don't, you know, the gas heater situation that I haven't put into this van, the only reason I didn't do it, as you guys know, is because I'm just a little bit nervous, like about having the gas in the back here, because I have a lack of ventilation. Like the only airflow I can have in the van currently is from the front windows, because I can't have these back doors open at night, right? So the front windows, the crack in the front's all I've got. In the new van though, I'll be able to properly put the roof air ventilation. The most popular one people get is the max fan one, and I'll put one of those up on the top here, and then that will allow air to flow in or out depending what my needs are, and maybe even depending on the van, put like a little sliding window in the back as well, like a little small one that I can crack, and it has a screen. So I mean, it's going to be extreme what I do, guys. Like it is going to be so good, so freaking good. So then I'll be able to cook with the door closed at any given time. I won't have to open the door, and I'll be able to not have to worry about having the gas build up and stuff. And I'll also be able to have heat in the van, which after this time I've spent in this van, even with as many blankets as you want to have, man, you still freaking, heat is a necessity, dude. And I haven't even reached the coldest months yet here. Like apparently July and August is going to be the coldest months here. So I don't know, dude. Hopefully I've got the new van by then, and freaking it's functioning and set up properly, because yeah, otherwise it's gonna be really rough, especially when the days aren't getting that warm and the nights is you know what I mean, like whoo. So we're about 20 minutes left of pie cooking action. I think they're going to be done in about 20 minutes. So the biggest thing is when you're making these pies, so you know, you cook it on low. Once you've got the pie thawed out enough so that the middle and on is basically cooked more or less, then you can turn this up a bit higher to crisp it. So that's the technique I'm using. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever attempted to make meat pies in the frying pan like this, but because I've made pizza in the frying pan before and things like, I've experimented with doing things like that, and just my knowledge of cooking with foods and stuff, you know, like if you guys don't know, I've had restaurants and stuff. I love food, and you just learn stuff along the way, little tips and tricks with making the best food you can make. So in general, you should cook any food on low. Allow it to just, that's why slow cooking tastes so good. You know, when you slow cook meats and different things, it allows those flavors and things to marinate in different sauces you have, or the seasoning or the spices or the rub or whatever you've done to it. Slow cooking food is just, it's also a healthier option as well, in case you guys didn't know. Cooking at low heat is also healthier, allegedly safer for you. You know, because the higher the heat and things, the more chance it can become carcinogenic and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I always say, like, you just got to do what my mom said. You know, you just got to pray over your food and hope for the best. Really, that's really all you can do, you know. So let me see what you guys are saying in here. Let me check in with you guys here. Oh, by the way, I see you guys are freaking jamming along with the game, and I love it. I'm going to be resetting. I'm going to give you guys heads up. I'm going to be resetting the points in probably about 24 hours. Or, yeah, probably about 24 hours or so. Now, when I do reset this, your mama was correct, Faith. Amen, Charlene. When I do reset the points, there's tons of ways you guys can get points now. There's so many different ways that you guys can get points yourself. And I'm going to be spending the next 24 hours working on the back end, attempting to put some stuff in the store so that your points that you have, you'll be able to use in the store moving forward. So there's going to be a store where you're going to be able to, I don't know what kind of stuff you'll be able to get. Probably like emojis, badges, or freaking GIFs, or posters, downloadable digital content. I'm not exactly sure what the store is going to allow me to put in it, because the store I'm using isn't my website. It's going to be a store that is connected to the actual company Streamlabs, their game. So they've got like some type of store situation. So I'm going to find out what's the ins and outs of that, and then I'm going to get that happening. So your points will actually be used for other things besides only being able to play the game and stuff like that. So I'll have something within the next 24 hours with that. So once that's all up and going, the points reset. Now, what I will do as well, because I can easily at any time see what your points are, how many points you have. I'll also figure out maybe a ratio or a way so that you can use your points that you get in the games here. Also, I'll find a way so you can use them in my store, my online store, offtap.life. So maybe I'll make it so that the points, like X amount of points, you'll be able to get like a discount of some sort on buying something, or maybe you can get, I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? And because I'll figure it out. I'm gonna figure out a way to make it so, we'll figure it out. It's gonna be kind of a thing, but over the next 24 hours, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be looking at ways to make those points actually be usable in, that store that the Streamlabs store has, and also in my thing. So we'll see what we can get up to. Man, those pies though, oh my gosh, man. Thanks, Charlene. Appreciate the support there. Charlene is however you choose to do it, Faith. Thank you. Yeah, and unfortunately, I've got to reset because I gave away too many points before. I was giving away millions and millions of points, and I want to make it, obviously, so that it's fair for everyone, and also. I think like maybe it'll be like maybe a quarterly thing, maybe, or we'll see how we go, like, how often. Maybe I won't need to reset points, or maybe I'll need to reset them maybe quarterly, or I don't know, we'll figure it out though. Oh man. It's getting dark. Hopefully I can make it without, I don't want to have to turn on, I can't plug my lighting things into the batteries at the moment because they're just so drained, dude. Like, I really don't want to plug anything else in them until I can get them topped up more, So use this light as long as we can from outside, and then I'll have to turn the inside van lights on. Could probably, it's 5:17 now. So in 13 minutes, I'll flip the pies over again. And I'll turn the heat up a bit higher just to make sure that it's good. But I think they'll be done by then, realistically. And I'm out of freaking forks. I've got no forks or anything in here now. I ran out. It's one of those things I forgot to pick up more of in the store. So I'm out of forks. I'm also on my drinkable water supply. My drinkable water supply is just not lasting long. I literally only have like about 100 mils of drinkable water left in my vehicle right now. All the other water I have in here is not drinkable water. So I need water again. I've got 2 plates. I got a freezer full of food, and that I can still eat. Like, I probably still have maybe, I'd say if I stretched it if I stretched it, I probably would have maybe about I'd say I have probably about five meals left, 5 days worth of food left in my freezer right now. If I stretched it, I could probably maybe even get 6 meals, 5 or 6 meals worth of food in my freezer still. And that's pretty good considering the last time what was it, Wednesday, when I did my shop at the supermarket. So if I can get another 5 or 6 days, that's pretty good considering my fridge, the freezer section of my fridge is very small, and that's all because of frozen stuff. Like I wouldn't be able to keep like in my refrigerated section like anything that long at the moment currently, because I open the packaging to everything, so I break the air seal. Anything that I get then has to be used within 24 hours generally, depending on what it is. You can open bacon and you can still maybe keep that for a couple days, 2-3 days, but it just depends what food it is that we're talking about in the fridge section. But I'm kind of, if you know, I love having the you know, cold drinks and stuff, and I go through drinks quick because, you know, bottled water freaking doesn't take long to knock out in a day, especially when it's hot. 2-3 bottles of water, you know, is easy to go. That's why my drinking water goes so quick. You know, drinking water goes quick. My other water lasts longer. Water for baths and things like that lasts a lot longer. Drinking water, because I'm a big water drinker, like, it goes quick, and I'm limited to how much water I can carry at the moment, just regular bottled water and stuff. But if I wasn't such a, you know, if I didn't love having, you know, super cold water that much. What's up, Roxy? Hope you're well. I hope you're doing good. Hope Cade is good. Say hi to Cade for me, man. How's Cade? Hope he's doing okay. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. How's Cade doing? Is Cade okay? Going good. He is well. Awesome. Good to hear, man. That is awesome news. Glad to hear Cade is doing well. That is so freaking awesome. Good to see you in here. Hope you all are enjoying the cold and the rain and the rainy weather. What did I miss here? Margaret Faith, did you end up getting the LED lights, battery powered, bright, and lasts ages? I haven't got them yet. They're on the list. I want to find the right ones, because the ones I seen, you was probably on the stream then, the ones I was talking about I seen in Bunnings. They had this really good LED one. It still might be worth getting. It's a sensor one that, like, once it's charged up, it lasts for ages, an LED one, but it's like activated, you know, motion activated. Okay, you was on that one? Okay, cool, Margarita. Yeah, so that one, the motion, like, would still be good. Like, if I had one maybe on top above my fridge. Well, my fridge, when I open it, the lights come on, so not a big deal. But let's just say maybe one somewhere around here, so when at night, if I did suddenly need to move, I would have lights. But yeah, the ones I'm looking for, I wouldn't mind getting. I've seen them. I know they exist. But I want ones that isn't a 12-volt plug. I want the ones that you can plug just using the USB plug. That's going to work better for my current situation here. And I want the ones where I can change colors, where I can have like a clear light, or I can go colored or do whatever. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to get some on the to-do list. J-Car, yeah, I haven't checked J-Car lately for them, but they probably have them. I'll find the right ones eventually. But yeah, Kmart has those, Faith. Oh, okay, Kmart. I didn't think about checking Kmart for those. Okay, I'll check Kmart for those. Thanks for the tip there. I will definitely do that. Kmart, okay. Margarita goes, yeah, the ones I know just use the throwaway batteries. Yeah. I want to, if I can avoid having batteries that, the throwaway batteries, I prefer, because it's just another expense. I'd rather just be able to plug in my system and let, my battery setup be what I use for everything, instead of having to purchase batteries every so often. So cool. Kmart. Freaking Kmart, man. Kmart just has everything. These meat pies are basically, well, it's $5.25, man. So it's about 30 minutes. Kmart is life, faith, exactly, Charlie. All right, oh, they smell good. They smell good, guys. So they feel pretty warm. All right, I'm gonna flip it over. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. They're nice and soft. See, slow cooking is just perfect. Nice and soft. It's not too hard. Everything is nice and soft. They're super warm. Like, I would say that they're probably about done. But to make sure, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put this on. And I'm going to crisp up the bottoms a bit, the top. So I'm just going to turn the heat up a little bit higher. Not much, but just a little bit more. Just get a little extra heat in here to put the finishing touches on them. And then they should be good to go. So I've turned up the heat a little bit more. I'll give it another, say, maybe 10 minutes with a little extra heat. And I think they're going to be perfect. But yeah, that feels good. So. Yeah, they were frozen, Margarita. Yeah, they were frozen. So when they're frozen, you got to cook them on low heat, and you got to cook it slow. And that's the only way to make it work. And I kept it covered. So I've created like a little oven in my stove here. Oh, gas has gone out. Okay, gas bottle is completely empty. That's the first gas bottle I've had actually completely run out. So it's completely empty. This is the first bottle I've used till it could be used no more. There's nothing left in this one. Completely empty. So that can be thrown out finally, this can. So I'll do the same with this one. Yeah, I bought some last week. I remembered to grab some more. So I'll put this in. I've got 3 brand new bottles still, so we're good. Oh. There we go. Woo! Awesome. So I'll just crisp that up a bit. But yeah, they're probably just right about done anyway. So, whoo, yeah. So that's the first one. Yeah, I remember to get them like a few days ago. I bought a whole 4-pack from Bunnings. So $4.95. You get 4 cans for $4.95. And dude, like, they freaking last. Like, you can get quite a few meals from 1 can. So it's a cost-effective solution if you ever are on the road, or even just wanting to go somewhere and do a little cookout yourself. Buy one of these camp grills, dude, and just go freaking out for the day. Take some friends, and freaking, get an esky or something, put some ice in it, man, and freaking go out somewhere and have a cookout, dude. Anywhere and enjoy nature, man. Enjoy the freaking there's just the alfresco-ness of it all, you know, freaking do it, dude, you know. But that's the first time I've never had one of these completely empty. Like I usually shake it and I can hear it and I go, oh, okay, there's a little bit left, so or it sounds like empty, so I'll put it away. But I haven't thrown a can out yet. I just go, oh, it's about empty. But now I've been trying to clean up those cans so I can get rid of them, make space. Otherwise, I have a bunch of freaking almost empty cans lying all around the place. Yeah, $4.95. Yeah, it's great value, Jazzy. That's it's Bunnings, but Bunnings, that's Bunnings. Like Bunnings has great prices. Like anyone who Bunnings is a big hardware store over in Australia here, guys. Everyone who's back home or overseas somewhere else. They are a great freaking franchise, and their prices are so good and so cost effective and like super freaking like I mean really good value stuff. It's not like things are cheap because it's cheap quality. Like it's actually good quality stuff. They have so much supply power. They buy in mega bulk everything, and they're able to pass the savings on to people. So yeah, twinkle twinkle little star. But yeah, this is about done now. I mean, it's probably, I could probably just flip it over for a little bit, brown that a bit, and then they're going to be done. I'll give it 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and bite into these bad boys and see what we got happening. Should be fine, should be done. Like I said, generally if you were to cook in your oven, you'd be cooking these at like 180 degrees from frozen for about 45 minutes. So I've had this on low, and I've cooked this with the lid on, creating an oven effect in here. I can definitely feel that heat. Like when I'm putting my hands on here, I would definitely say that's probably around 180 happening in here for sure. And yeah, I've had my own little mini oven effect happening here, and I've cooked it for longer than 45 minutes to be on the safe side and extra low. And now I've turned it up a bit, crisping it up a bit on the ends and stuff, just to make sure that it's done, and I've got a little bit of that crispiness action happening. So feeling good about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip that over one more time. That feels good. Yeah, these are done. I would say these are definitely done. Alright. So now that that's ready, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. Well, let's turn some light on in here. I got that little light on in the back right now. This light used to be so much, I swear it used to be brighter, it seemed like. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off. It's got enough heat built up in the pan with the lid on anyways, so I'll just leave it lidded up with this off for a second so I can let the gas start getting out of here so I can close the door. And I'll help it along. I'll just turn this fan on for a second and just kind of air it out in here. This has been a handy little fan. It has, Karen. It has been a really handy fan. I'm actually glad I got it. And what I'll probably do is in the new van, I will mount the fans in. I'll hardwire them into my system, and I'll have like 2 of them. You know, I'll have like in the back corners just hardwired in so that they're just there. See, when I do the new van, I'm gonna get really fancy with some of the stuff I do. I'm gonna be hardwiring wires into things, and then I'll have like control box switches where it will control everything. Like I'm gonna take it next level next time. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I'm gonna blow your guys' mind. This van, I've already probably impressed a lot of you guys. I've heard a lot of you say you've been blown away by what I've done, and I'm blown away too because it's stuff I hadn't done before. But the next van, I'm taking it next level. I'm taking it next level. I'm gonna have so much space that I'm gonna be able to really just go there. And the cool thing is I won't have to rush. If everything works to plan, I won't have to rush the build in there. So this van, it was like I'm living in it at the same time. So I was like kind of in a hurry, like, oh, I want to hurry and build this or build that or do this or do that. And I was just, or even just getting things just to settle for, like, you know, I was getting like, just so I would have some sort of power. I was like, oh, I'll just get, you know, the cheapest that I can get battery stuff and things that, you know, even though it wasn't necessarily the best option, it was just the cheapest what I could get at the moment to tie me over option kind of thing. But I want to get the proper of everything so that I can do the build. Like I want to do the most incredible, perfect build. The next van is going to be, it's going to be perfect. And I'm going to have all the bells and whistles. I'm going to do it freaking like just, oh my gosh, like I can't wait. I can already see it. I can see how awesome this van is going to be. So hopefully I'll be able to do it slow because I'll be able to still have Van Diesel to live in while I'm building the new van. So it's going to be exciting stuff. All right, I think these pies are ready, guys. I think these pies are freaking ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a plate and I'm going to freaking start eating these pies. Tuck in. Yeah, exactly, Karen. All right. One good thing about cooking with this gas heater, it does provide heat in here. Like it's a lot warmer in here now since I've had this on, which is good. I might go ahead and take the gas out. See, it's like another one. It's like it's not empty, but there's a little bit still in there, that kind of situation. So I'm gonna start using all those up until they're just completely dry. Where'd I put the lid? So I'll take this one. All right. We should be aired out enough in here from the gas, so. But I'll leave the door open for a little bit longer. I just don't want to because I'm gonna turn my front light on, which will give a lot more light in here, but I want to do that until I close this door because that thing is going to attract all those freaking moths and everything else in here. So I just wanted to make sure I definitely got this aired out enough. Like I think it is. I think we're good. Alright. Alright, I might close the door now. We should be okay. Lock the doors back. All right, man. Let's see how we got. I'll turn this other light on now. Oh, hell yeah. That makes a big difference. See how we went with these pies. So first time making pies in a frying pan. Let's see how we did. Super excited. All right, let me wipe my hands clean. I'm starving too, so. Whew. Turn the mosquito thing off now. One click makes it green, so that's the next level up. Next level, and then that's off now. All right, here we go. She don't care for sauce, guy. Yeah, I don't need any sauce on my pie. Enjoy your pie. Thanks, guy. I used to like putting soy sauce on my chicken pies though. It tastes actually really nice, a little soy sauce on the chicken ones. But I mean, look, I mean, I can put ketchup or some type of sauce or something on my pies. Like, it tastes fine, tastes good, but I'm like the perfect the way they are without it. You know, I don't feel like I need to add anything else to it. It just tastes perfect the way it is. All right, so we got nice heat in our makeshift oven. They definitely feel ready. So I'll leave one in here with the lid on and continue letting that just kind of sit in there and stay warm for me. And we're gonna bite into this one here and let's see how we go. Say a little prayer. But it definitely feels ready. It's good. Yep. It's warm in the inside. Perfect. Yep. I got it nice amount of crispiness on the outside and without it being overcooked and without it being undercooked. It's perfect. If I stuck this in the oven, I couldn't have gotten this to cook any more perfect than it is. It is, guy. Really nice. Woo! It's cooked perfectly. Yep, relaxing music. Yep. Oh. See the steam coming from it? That's how you know you've done it right. So good. Thanks, Karen. Look at the steam. It's good, Jazzy. It's real good. It's not overcooked. It's not undercooked. It's perfect. And I'm saying if you're patient, you can cook anything in here. Nicole, it tastes good too. It tastes really good too, Nicole. Really freaking good. I wish you guys could taste a bite of this right now. You look so content. I am, Guy. I'm super content. This is heaven, man. Yep. Look, you guys can see. It's the perfect brown. Look at that. You can see it hasn't been overcooked at all. It's perfect. Like, really perfect. Like I wouldn't know if unless someone told me, I wouldn't know that this wasn't cooked in an oven. It's perfect. I hope this is like inspiration for all of you, because that's when I made my pizzas in the apartment. My apartment didn't have an oven, and I really wanted to make homemade pizza. And I was like, man, I want to freaking experiment with doing it in a frying pan. And when I knew I could make pizza in the oven, if you can make pizza in the oven, you can make anything in the oven. I mean, sorry, when you can make pizza in a frying pan, that's when I knew I could make anything in a frying pan. So now I'm just like super confident, like, you know, anything I want to cook in a frying pan is doable. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, some people think you have to have an oven to cook with. You don't, dude. Like, you just got to be patient. And, you know, cooking is about, if you really want really good food, it doesn't matter what you're cooking. It's about patience. It's about taking your time and not rushing it. If you apply that with anything that you stick in the frying pan, you can do it. So, woo. I just broke my own rule and freaking stuck my finger in my mouth. The food. I don't do that, but I'm like, I don't have a fork, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I've got like some of the feeling coming out. I'm gonna have to like lick it up like a dog or something. Oh, I use my fingers. Do like they do in Thailand. In Thailand, they freaking they use their fingers. They go like this. They go. I see Karen thumbnail. Oh, thumbnail. Forgot. Thumbnail. Showing his face. You guys are laughing at me. In Thailand, so see this here? Thailand, they would take it like this. They use their fingers to eat. But that's messy, and personally I don't like that, so you'll never see me do that again, probably. But that's what they do in Thailand. They actually eat everything with just their hands like that. Alright. I won't do that again. Oh my gosh, I've got crumbs everywhere. It's the only thing about meat pies, they're crummy and super messy. The only best thing about this meat pie is knowing I've got another meat pie waiting over here. Faith, we carefully receive an education watching you, Faith. Glad to hear, Jazzy. I went to an Indian restaurant a few weeks back and they were doing the same. Yeah, Indians do it too. They eat with their hands just like that. So good. But yeah, it's exciting knowing I've got another pie in my little makeshift oven that's all warm and just perfectly waiting there, holding heat. After I finish this one, it's like something to look forward to. It's super awesome. So freaking perfect. So good. And Sergeant's makes the, man, Sergeant's pies are freaking, which ones do you guys prefer, Sergeant's or 4 and 20s, man? So those are brands of pies over here, frozen pie companies, for you guys not in Australia who don't know. 4 and 20 is like the main, like they're the brand, right? Every Aussie, 4 and 20 is the main meat pie brand in Australia. But Sergeant's freaking pies are so freaking good as well. Like, which do you guys prefer, 4 and 20 or Sergeant's? Who do you go up against? Well, can I add Audi to the mix? Because Audi, I used to buy Audi's pies and they're cheaper, and Audi does a good pie as well. Let's not count Audi out of the pie game. Audi's pies are freaking good and, you know, cheap as well. I don't know, but I guess 4 and 20 is the main for a reason, though, I guess. Thumbnail. Bills. Where do you get those ones, Karen? Where's Bills? Yeah. Yeah, Guy, me too. Yeah, Guy. I like the pastry. I like the pies with the pastry better too. I love the pastry pies. They're really good. I love all pies, but the pastry ones, take a pie that's already super awesome at this level, gives that little extra bump up to the top. So Builds is on food trucks. Oh, okay. I might check food services because I still have all my food service accounts from my restaurant and stuff. I can probably find out, get them from food services and get them wholesale. Get like a box of them and stick them in my freaking van. So perfect. Yeah, they sell them at the footy and stuff. If you can find them, try it. So good. I will. I'll try them for sure. You know what maybe I'll do? Start a series where I search for the best Australian pie or something. Search for the best Aussie pie. And around all my adventures around Australia, finding the perfect Aussie pie, the best Aussie pies around the country and film it. That'd be fun. I'll do that. I feel like I'm in, with the lighting the way it is and this music in the background, I feel like I'm in some freaking trendy, really hip freaking back alley cafe jazz bar restaurant place, man. Like, it feels really nice, man. This is such a vibe in here, dude. This is such a vibe, man, with the music, with the lighting dimmed out, eating my freaking dinner. It's such a vibe, man. This is fine dining right now, man. This is fine dining. Wait, those are those yummy noises again. There's a piece about to fall. It's like, no, you're not. Exactly, look like you are in a old jazz movie, right? Yeah, Guy, right? All right, this is the last bite. Here we go. I've done pretty well. I didn't spill much. And since I didn't have a fork to clean this up, that's not bad. I've done pretty freaking good. Oh my gosh, dude. Those pies are freaking magic, guys. Absolutely freaking magic. Shout out to sergeants, man, sergeants. If y'all want to sponsor me, freaking, I'll promote your pies all day, every day. Woo! They're good. And the other good thing is we've passed the test now. Now I know that I can make a really good tasting pie with just my frying pan. I can stock up and put a bunch more of those in my freezer now. So I'm super excited, dude. Like I'll get some traditional meat pies, the beef ones. We'll get some steak ones maybe. I want to get the bacon and egg breakfast ones. And we'll just get a bunch of them, stock up, because that's an easy meal. Like, dude, how easy was that? You know, like, stick them in my frying pan, low heat, cook 30 minutes per side, freaking, boom, dinner served, man. And while I was cooking, it was not something I had to continuously eye and check on and do anything. So it allowed me to talk to you guys, dinner's cooking, freaking perfect, man. What else could you ever want? Now I'm thinking next time, you know what else I'm gonna get? Those, did you say it? Herbert Adams. Yeah, Herbert Adams pies are good. Yep. I've had those before. And what I was thinking, the next thing I also want to cook in here is apple pie. Apple pie, man. Make some apple pie up in here as well, dude. Imagine having some hot apple pie out the frying pan. Oh, hell yeah! Woo! That last bite's 2 bites for me. Yeah, I was going to stretch it out, Jazzy. I was like, I could get 2 bites out of this, but I was like, nah, I'm going for it. Sean goes, oh, yum, Faith. Apple pie. Yeah, right? Apple pie. Hell yeah. Oh, my gosh. The possibilities are endless. Oh, my gosh, dude. That hit the spot so well. We enjoy your cooking streams. We all leave hungry. That's awesome, Karen. Nicole goes, yum. Super yum. Super yum. Ah. And now I can use I told you I have like 100 ml worth of water left in the freezer. This right here is literally all the drinking water I have left in my van. Can y'all see it? It's right here. That's all I have. That's all, last drinking water. So I'm gonna down it. I was saving it. All right, actually, that's enough for another sip. I'll save that sip for later. I'll just have 1 sip now and I'll save it. The supermarkets are closed now. Everything closed at 6 on Sunday. So I can't even go to supermarket now and buy more water. I mean, I could go to a gas station, but I don't like paying more than I have to on things like water. So I'll just be patient, wait till tomorrow. I've got this can of sparkling mineral water that I've had in here now. You guys remember when I bought all the sparkling mineral waters? This has been in there since that time. So this was in my old refrigerator, and I carried it over into this refrigerator. That's how long I've had this one. This has been in here for like freaking 2-3 months in the fridge. This is the only can of it I have left. I've been saving it. So I'll probably have to bust this open tomorrow for drinks. If I don't go to the supermarket during the day tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll never go to the supermarket during the day. I like to go at night, right before they close. But if I don't go tomorrow, this drink could get me through tomorrow. This could be my drink for tomorrow, my liquids. And I have 1 200 ml OJ left in my fridge. And that's the only drinks I have, except I've got 4 of these, but I can't drink them. I like it. It's not that I can't drink it because I don't like it or something. It's just because I found out after I bought it, they tricked me. On the front it says no added sugar. So I thought it was just going to be like fresh juice kind of thing. But no added sugar means they've just put a bunch of stevia and artificial sweeteners, some other stuff in it. Not only stevia. If there's only stevia, I would still drink it. I wouldn't worry about it. But they've got stevia and something else in here. And I don't like artificial sweeteners. Like, I'll drink stevia sometime, but the other artificial sweeteners I don't like messing with. So because this has those other artificial sweeteners in it, like, because I bought this, I drank 2 of them, and immediately after drinking it, I had to go to the toilet super quick. I was like, what the hell, man? It's because those artificial sweeteners, whichever one that they've used that's not stevia in this, I instantly have to pee after a freaking drink, so I don't want it. I've got 4 boxes of this in the bottom. Yeah, an artificial sweetener is no good, exactly, Charlie. So I've got 4 of these in the fridge that are just sitting in the bottom, taking up space, just to basically help keep the fridge cooler, you know, I guess. Mainly it's probably its purpose now for me, because I won't ever drink those. But that's the only drinks I have in my fridge right now. I've got nothing else. I'm all tapped. I guess I've got the juice from these cups that I could drink if I really wanted to. But it's just syrup, so it'd be literally drinking syrup. If it was the real 100% juice, I would drink it, but these ones is the syrup ones, because that's all they had at the time. But I prefer the 100% juice, real juice ones normally. But yeah, I've got like 4 of these left in the fridge. And I've got 1 slice of cheese left. Vintage cheddar cheese. And that's all I have left in my freezer. I mean, in my refrigerator. Food-wise that I can eat. That's all I've got in my fridge food-wise that I can eat, like in my fridge part, not my freezer part. So my freezer. Oh, and I do have a few gummy bears left in the fridge. I've got some Coke ones, and so this is all the gummies I have left. I've got like the Coke and the Sour Baby ones. Then in my freezer, I've got, like I said earlier, I've probably got about 4 or 5 days, maybe 6 if I stretch it, worth of meals that I can make in there. I've got, like, you know, a bunch of frozen vegetables in there. So even worst case scenario, you can have just a plate of frozen vegetables by themselves as a freaking meal, you know. You don't have to have meat with it, you know. You can just have the vegetables by themselves. So, but yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll go to the supermarket. If I ideally, what I want to do is I want to see if I can wait till like Tuesday night will probably be the better night to go to the supermarket if possible. I think tomorrow night would be a crappy night. I think it's after the weekend, so I don't know. You know, a lot of supermarkets right after the weekend, I find on Mondays, a lot of them are kind of sold out of a lot of things. Yeah, school holidays now too. Yeah, exactly, Charlene. So Monday, I think a lot of stuff will be sold out. They haven't restocked up their shelves yet. Probably a lot of stuff is going to be, it might be even a bit busy because over the weekend, everyone's like, okay, let's go and, you know, freaking hit the supermarket on Monday. I think Tuesday might be a better Tuesday night. I'll go Tuesday night or something. Get some more water. Mainly just drinking water is the main thing I need right now at this point. Trash bags. Always need trash bags. Toilet paper. All that stuff. It's necessities. Every time I go in, that's stuff I need always. Just to stock up on forks. Thank you, Charlene. Definitely need forks. That's the thing right now. I wouldn't be able to, I'd have to eat with my hands, with my fingers. I have no forks. Actually, I do have my big metal steel. Seen it in here somewhere. Oh, I just realized I do. I've got the spoon in here, and I've got a big spoon in here. I just remembered because I put my coffee cup in here, my coffee mug, and the spoon. I got it out of my storage unit, preparing for when I can make oatmeal in the car, because I was gonna buy a kettle, and I forgot to get the freaking kettle. I haven't bought a kettle yet, but I want to get a kettle because the reason I didn't buy a regular kettle yet, I was trying to find one that is leak proof so it doesn't leak, because it's going to be a very tricky situation with the kettle. With the kettle situation, it's going to be really tricky because, you know, when it starts boiling and stuff, I don't want it to boil over. Again, my bench here is right above my batteries. I got to be very careful. I don't want the water to boil over and roll over to where my batteries are or anything like that. So I want a leak-proof one that doesn't boil over. And it'd be nice also. I mean, I wouldn't mind having one of the ones you can plug into your, you know, your lighter and boil water that way. You know, your 12-volt one, just so that I could be driving, and in 30 minutes when I arrive, the water could be ready to go. Like, I wouldn't care if it took me 30 minutes for it to boil or whatever. It's not a big deal. Some people, they don't like that, but it wouldn't bother me, because I still have up here, I've been carrying this around for freaking since I left my apartment. So, I mean, I hope this is still good. I don't know what the expiration date on this stuff is. I don't have the original boxes for it. So this stuff here, I mean, actually, so I've got oatmeal sachets. I don't have expiry dates on the packages though, so I don't even know if they're still freaking, I mean, I'm assuming they're probably good for probably 6 months or so, I guess. I'm not sure. I just don't know how long they've been, but I've got like packs of oatmeal ready and waiting. So I'm gonna make my oatmeal. That's, you know, really good meal. The camping stoves have them 1 cup of water. They said takes about 7 minutes to boil. Yeah. It depends on how much power they're putting out, because some of them apparently take like 30 minutes, and people complain about them as being crappy because they take so freaking long. It doesn't bother me. I could care less, right? Like, I'm not in a hurry. I you know, I can wait 30 minutes. I can wait 45 minutes. You guys see me, I just wait an hour for pies. I don't care. Like, it's just all in your planning, man. If you know you're going to want oatmeal, you know, plan it. Like, I understand why people can't be patient for 30 minutes for the water. I get you want what you want, but hey, plan it then so that you can have it ready to go. Yeah, exactly, Charlene. If they're plugged into 12 volt, what do they expect? Exactly. It's amazing. Like, some people is like complaining about things is like, bro, like, at least you've got water. You've got boiling water, dude. Like, be happy about that. You can have that cup of coffee or soup or oatmeal or whatever you was going to cook with the water, you know, like, so I ain't complaining about it, man. I'm good with it. Like, man, so I know where I can get one. I just haven't got it yet. I've been trying to find the right one. Like, it's been like now, because look, now I've got my basics of everything to function in here. So moving forward, I kind of want to start getting things that, thinking about, okay, what's the best item that I can get that's going to really be the better product, and something that will last for freaking 2-3 years I'll be happy with, you know what I mean? Instead of getting something crappy just to get by and then later regret it and wish I didn't get it. Because so far that's how it's kind of been. I've been kind of just getting stuff just to get by. And now that I've got the basic stuff just to get by, like, now I would like to start anything else I get from this point, because I've got basic survival things now, right? I have basic survival things now. Faith, don't they have the expiry date on the back of the packets? Nah, it's only on the box of this brand. They don't have it on the actual packages, unfortunately. They should, but they don't. It was only on the boxes, and I didn't look at the boxes back then because oatmeal would not last that long normally. For me, the fact that I still have these 5 months, 6 months since moving out of my apartment, however long it's been now, that would have never happened if I was in an apartment. I freaking empty out a box, a few days, it's my daily eating oatmeal and stuff, Good things come to those who wait. Amen, Nicole. Amen to that. All right, so I need to start cleaning up now. It'll be an easy cleanup like usual. You guys know it's not that complicated cleaning up in here. Super easy to do because we only had the pies, and nothing spilled out of the pies, so I've just got a few crumbs in the pan, flakes, from the crust, so it's not like the pans are dirty or anything. So I'll just freaking get the crumbs out, put the lid on, and that's good to go. No oil or anything excreted from the pies when I made it, so pans are good to go. I don't need to waste any water at all on these. Now, when I say I have no drinking water, boys, I mean I have no drinking water. I do have water if I needed to wash my dishes or something. You guys know I've got the jug back here, right here. If you guys can see it. So I've got 15 liters of water in there. I've got 15 liters in there. And then in the front of the car, I've got probably about, I would say I probably have about another, 10 liters of water in the front of the car in plastic bottles, like just 600 ml plastic bottles, but they're not drinkable because those ones in the front, they heat from the, they're by the heater. And so obviously the heat and the sun and the heat itself from the car and the plastics, like obviously would be contaminated, the water. So there's no way I'm drinking that water that's been, the heat has potentially allowed the plastic to seep into the water and the sunlight. And they say don't drink water that's been in, sitting in your, direct sunlight or in your glove compartment in your car or anything, you guys know. So for me, I won't drink that water that's been right by the heater in my car, the floor heat. I've been cranking that up all the time and the bottles are there. I just have nowhere to keep those bottles. They have to live there. But it's all strategic in my planning. Like I do it intentionally. I go, okay, this water in the front, the water I have set in the front in those bottles, I usually use like if there's situations where I need to wash my hands. I've got a little hand wash station with some antibacterial soap by the door in the front of the car. So if I need to wash my hands, like say when you guys see me go to the supermarket and I've been touching trolleys or I've been go to a gas station, I've touched a gas pump or whatever, and I feel like I want to wash my hands before I get into the car, that's my little setup over there by the passenger seat, and that's what those bottles of water for, is for like my kind of my sink, it's if I was to describe it, it'd be like my bathroom sink, where I wash my hands when just in general use, washing my hands kind of situation. That's kind of what that is. Then this water back here is, now technically it's not right now, but the next, in let's say freaking 3 times from now, like maybe probably after 2 or 3 more times of this being completely emptied and then refilled, technically by then, because I've put soap detergent. The reason I said this water, this 15 ml in this jug is not drinkable is because to clean out the inside, because I bought that jug brand new and I cleaned it out with soap and everything, and I put antibacterial soap in the inside of it and I cleaned it and I tried to do my best to shake it out and clean it. But as you know, it's not like a situation where I didn't have like access to a bunch of running water to make sure it was completely soap free. I did the best with what, I used tons of bottles of water to try to clean it out the best I could. And so I just want to make sure there's no leftover soapy residue in that water. So that's why I can't drink that 15 liters in there. I'm going to wait until I've used that up like 2-3 times and refilled it and emptied it to make sure there's no soapy residue. And then in an emergency, if I really, really needed to, in an emergency, I could drink that water out of that, blue jug there. But the way I've got things set up, like it would be room temperature warm water, and I really wouldn't want to. It's in the back of the van. I really wouldn't want to drink it. But if I had to it was a means of survival, I would drink it, right? Let's say I ended up somewhere and I had it or I wouldn't survive, I would drink it, of course. But the way I've got my van set up, my strategic planning, that water there is for baths. So for when I take my baths, when I need to wash my hands before cooking or something like that, inside the car, when my hands aren't really that dirty, but I just need a little quick wash or something. For washing my clothes, like if I want to wash up some undergarments or, whatever, something small, whatever, like this is what that water is intended for in there. Mind you, just so you know, all the water in my car, I have only spring water. I don't use any water from the taps, because, like I need a hose. You got to bring, like all these campgrounds that allow you, a lot of them you can, like there's some places that have places where you could fill up, or you could go to a bathroom. There's places where you could get water, drinkable water if you wanted to. But for me, a lot of places, like, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable with a lot of the places because I'm not 100% sure on the water, the quality of the water, things like that. And plus there's fluoride in a lot of water around different city areas and stuff. And I don't really technically like fluoride in my water. Apparently it's bad for you. Again, that's one of those type of arguments where you're going to get two sides of people saying fluoride's bad to drink and others say it's great for you and your teeth and blah blah. And of course it is, but I'm like, can I just use the fluoride I get from my toothpaste and my mouthwash? Do I really need to also have it in my drinking water? That's kind of my thinking. I don't really want fluoride, just for a lot of reasons of things I've heard that it's bad for you. So that being said, even just my skin, if you guys know how your skin works on your body, you guys understand how your body, if I'm not going to drink it, I'm not going to put it on my body either. Your skin absorbs stuff. Like, I don't know if you realize that. Some people don't realize, but your skin absorbs things. So I don't know why. I'm like, if it's not potable, I'm not going to put it on my face or in my skin or anywhere else either. I'm just not going to do it. If it's not good enough for me to drink, it's not good enough to touch my body. That's the way I see it. But that's me personally. So all the water in my car is from bottled water. It's all spring water. I do my best to find BPA-free bottles of water, but lately a lot of the water I've been drinking, admittedly, hasn't been in BPA-free bottles, just because I've had a bit of a challenging time finding BPA-free bottles of water from a lot of places I've ended up. A lot of places just haven't had. I've just had to settle for regular water. But ideally, in a perfect world, I'm only getting BPA-free water. So that's just a choice. I do realize to make the bottles or the packaging or whatever that the waters come in BPA-free, they've probably had to use some other chemical that has yet to be disclosed as not being good for you to replace the BPA-free, probably. It's a chain reaction. Really, ultimately, the only thing you can do is just pray over any situation, hope for the best. That's what my mom used to always say, just pray over and hope for the best, because everything is bad for you. But I don't know, I do my best. If I can, kind of avoid certain things, I do my best to do that. Admittedly, I used to be better at it. Lately, I've been very slack on a lot of things. I've been doing a lot of things that, a few years ago I wouldn't have been doing. And I know I go through stages. And unfortunately, right now I'm in a stage where I'm eating a lot of sugary things and doing things that I probably wouldn't have been doing. And yeah, so we go through stages, but it is what it is, Faith, SOS, go to the shop as soon as you can. Looks like Brisbane's going into lockdown, so people will be panic buying. Don't forget the paper and lots of water. What? Brisbane's going into lockdown? Why? What's happened? Faith bummer, no expiry date. Why is Brisbane going into lockdown? What's happened? More cases again, guys? Sorry, you said Brisbane may be locked down. Why? Oh, man. Don't tell me there's more cases here now again. Yeah, a person with COVID has been running about. Crap! Why is it not on the breaking news on YouTube yet?
A very busy day yesterday on the Premier's announcement, but I do want to thank all Sydney-siders and across New South Wales for shopping in our stores. We've seen an influx of sales right across our key categories of flour, rice, pasta and toilet paper, of course.
How much has that spiked? Do you have any data?
Well, as you can see, we've certainly got...
Man, no one's... Why is there... How come they haven't... How come no one's reported it yet on any of the news channels online?
Happening now.
I'm trying to find it. The only thing I see here, I don't see anything on it. Go to Queensland Health. What's up, Terry? Hope you're well. It was on the news just before 2 community cases. What? Terry, I'm in Australia at the moment, but I'm from the States. Oh, okay, I just found it. Channel 10 is the only one out of all the freaking news ones. Channel 7 and Channel 9 hasn't put anything up. ABC, no one's put it up on YouTube yet, but Channel 10 has it up 30 minutes ago about it.
Queensland contact tracers are working overtime to try to contain the state's latest outbreak before it escalates. There are 2 new locally acquired cases and a long list of potential exposure sites.
Crap.
It comes as the state's chief health officer refuses to rule out another hard border closure.
All eyes are on New South Wales.
What is happening in New South Wales is very, very concerning.
But Queensland now has its own COVID concerns.
So today I can report we've had 3 new cases.
One in hotel quarantine, while 2 are locally acquired. A woman who works at the DFO and the Brisbane Watch House. Authorities say she's linked to the Brisbane Portuguese restaurant cluster. She spent 1 week in the community while infected, but didn't even know it.
They've not had any symptoms, so we are going to deem them as infectious in the community from the 20th of June, and they've been to a lot of sites.
The other is her partner. He developed symptoms on June 23, was likely infectious since the 20th, and works on the Sunshine Coast.
Oh my
More
God!
than a dozen potential exposure sites include gyms, restaurants, shopping centres, and a massage parlour, prompting this plea from the Premier.
If you have any symptoms, to go and get tested.
Queensland's new cases aren't linked to the Sydney outbreak, but health authorities are still extremely concerned, urging residents to stay at home and not to travel to New South Wales. Pubs, bars and cafes will see restrictions returned, while gatherings at homes are limited to 100. A border closure hasn't been ruled out, and only time will tell if history repeats itself. Jacob Chigo for 10 News First.
Why wouldn't they close the borders already? I don't even understand, man. Like, are you serious, bro? Like, Victoria's closed their borders. Like, why wouldn't you close your border knowing that people from, if you're in a state where they're like it's gone into lockdown and stuff, of course they always do this thing where they give people, it's like even if they do decide to go in lockdown, they'll go, oh, lockdown's going to happen 9 p.m. on Thursday or Friday. Like, they give people so much time to flee and escape and leave and go to other areas where they could easily be spreading it. Like, why, if they're going to lock it down, just lock it down immediately. Don't give people enough time to freaking run and escape the state where they're at or the area where they're at and potentially spread the disease, man. Like, I mean, they should already, as a precaution, prevention is the best cure. They should already just lock the freaking borders down, period, just in case, when they already know that this Delta variant is so freaking insane. Like, I don't understand, dude. Like, this couple has been for a week all over the joint, dude. I said this so many times, just because it's not being reported, that does not mean there's not cases. I've said this, that doesn't mean there's not people who have it. I've said it a million times. Just because your local area, wherever you are in the world, isn't reporting it, doesn't mean it ain't happening. There's cases all over the place. So many people have cases now, they don't even realize they have it. All over the joint, dude. Damn, man. Oh. Why is everyone else so slack too? Like, Channel 10 had this up for 30 minutes and none of the other channels, major channel news outlets have had it. I don't think, like, we should be receiving text on our phones anyways by now. Like when there's a freaking forest fire alert, an Amber emergency alert should go to everyone's cell phone, letting people know, hey, there's cases in your area now. You need to take precautions and something. Like, that should just happen. Jeez, man. Shout out to Channel 10 though. Freaking on it. Channel 7 News is freaking talking about everything except oh, nope, I take it back. Channel 7 actually made an announcement about it freaking 6 hours ago. I take it back. I take it back. 6 hours ago. That's why I didn't see it. I didn't look back 6 hours. Freaking, okay. I take it back. Channel 7 is on it 6 hours ago. Because I prefer Channel 7 News for some reason. When I do watch the things on YouTube, like I don't watch TV and watch the news, but on the thing here, man. All right, Channel 7's on it. Matter of fact, they had a 25-minute. They had the whole press conference thing. It looks like the whole thing. All right, shout out to Channel 7. Okay, now I got it. I'm just curious if Channel 9. Surely, maybe I didn't look back far enough. I want to give Channel 9 benefit of the doubt, so I'm gonna look back further. Channel 9 News Brisbane. I'll look back further in their videos and see. So maybe they did 6 hours ago. Maybe Channel 10 is slack then. If they came only freaking 25 minutes ago and everyone else had it 6 hours ago, maybe I had it backwards. Maybe Channel 10 is the one that's slack. Nope. Channel 9 doesn't have it. So Channel 9 definitely doesn't have it, but shout out to all right, Channel 7, way to go. I always prefer Channel 7. The reason I prefer Channel 7 News for you guys in Australia is they don't try to censor the people. If you look in the comments section, they allow people to comment on the things that they report. Like they don't try to censor you from expressing your feelings and your thoughts, like Channel 9 and Channel I'm not sure if Channel 10, I never really watched Channel 10 is, but I know Channel 9 definitely censors. I think ABC does as well. I can't remember, but Channel 7 definitely allows you to comment and say stuff, which is how it should be, So I prefer Channel 7 for that reason, because everyone else is always like turning off the comments so you can't comment on what they report. But for better or for worse, Channel 7 is like, whatever, freedom of people to speak their mind.
Good morning, Queensland. Good morning, Brisbane. Great to see everybody here today. And hello to our Facebook followers out there as well. So today I can report we've had 3 new cases. One is in hotel quarantine, and we have detected 2 people in the community. So Dr. Young will be giving some further details about where these people have been. My understanding is that one of these people did not have any symptoms at the time that they were out and about in the community. So we're going to urge people, if you have any symptoms, to go and get tested. It is absolutely critical because we've had 2 cases in the community. Now, this is not the strain that is currently circulating in Sydney. This is the Alpha strain, which is the UK strain.
That's good.
But we are still concerned. But if everyone looks very carefully at the venues that the media will put out, and if you're at any of those venues, you need to make sure that you take precautions.
Well, at least it's the Alpha strain and not the Delta strain, because that Delta one seems to be so much easier to catch, and apparently it's even worse. So at least, well, that's a positive at least.
and Dr. Young will outline that to you. So that's very important. So we now have 40 active cases. We've had 7,301 tests in the past 24 hours, and there are over 10,000 vaccines as well that were administered yesterday as well, which is fantastic news. So we're up over that 500,000 vaccines. And once again, let's urge people out there, if you are eligible to get your vaccine, please go and get your vaccine. It is absolutely critical. We're seeing what's happening in New South Wales. So please go and get your vaccine. But also too, if you're due for your second one, it is actually very important that you go and get your second vaccine as well.
They say go get your vaccine and stuff and blah, blah, blah. But currently, like, a lot of people can't get vaccines here. If you're the main one that they have available, the AstraZeneca, they've even raised the age now where you have to be 60 or over to be able to get it. So, and they don't have any of the Pfizer one. Most places are out of Pfizer, and you still have to be a certain age still. It's not open to everyone in the country yet. So it's like telling someone to go do something like, hey, go to the store and buy me some fish. And telling them at 2:00 in the morning to do that when the stores are closed. Like, what's the point? What do you want me to do? I can't. The stores are closed. Like here, they're telling people to go out and get the vaccine, but realistically, most people aren't eligible or able to get it because there's no supply of the Pfizer available to everyone, and the AstraZeneca is freaking 60 or over now. What in the hell? And if the AstraZeneca was safe and wasn't having the blood clotting issue and people dying from all that crap, whatever allegedly is going on with that, then man, everyone in the country would have been able to by now probably have the opportunity to get at least one shot, because Australia put all of their, allegedly, from what my understanding is, all their hopes and dreams in the AstraZeneca one initially, and not in Pfizer and Moderna and everything. They had another one that Queensland University, or another one, I forgot the name of it, but there was another one that Australia was working on, and early on it had bad results. It did something bad or whatever, and they had a lot of money invested into that one, and then they end up shutting it down. So after the fact, suddenly Australia put in an order for Pfizer. After the fact, a bigger order for Pfizer. After the fact, after everyone else had already put in orders, because they weren't putting any of their hopes and dreams into Pfizer or Moderna. They had it all on this other Australian one that was being made, and AstraZeneca. So it really sucks, because now Moderna, the other one, isn't going to arrive to Australia until like October, I heard. It's not going to arrive here. And there's another new one that is looking promising, but that's not going to be approved anytime soon. Novotel, I think it's Novotel or Nova something or another. That's looking promising, looking good, but that's not going to be available for ages still. So it's like Australia was always behind also, because in my opinion, but I heard some other people saying this, is because Australia was very complacent in terms of, because there is lower cases, it's been, Australia's done a really good job, as has New Zealand. There's a few places who've done pretty well, considered, all things considered. But they became, I felt the energy, the tone was like, oh, we can kind of just take our, like your prime minister, we can just take our time, and we don't have to rush to get everyone starting to get vaccinated. As soon as everyone could get vaccinated, Australia still waited, even though they had the ability to start doing something. Your prime minister's like, no, we'll wait till March or April or something like that. You guys remember that? And it was like, dude, just freaking do it now. Everyone's like, if you can do it now, do it now. And Australia was one of the last countries to actually start. And that's why Australia technically is behind everyone else in terms of vaccination, getting people vaccinated. And now, as you see, again, because it doesn't take a genius to figure out, man, like an outbreak, all it takes is one freaking idiot. And next thing you know, tons of cases are floating. Like, look what's happening in New South Wales now. Look what's happening in Victoria, how many times it's happened in Victoria. And then everyone gets put in risk because there's another idiot who decides they're going to just freaking break the lockdown and drive up to Queensland or go wherever they want to go and put other people at risk. So until everyone is vaccinated, it's a problem. It can always happen. No one's safe. So there's being complacent and being like, oh, well, we've got low case. We can just do what we're doing and take our time. Obviously, it shows that doesn't work when you have what's happening now happening again. Like, it's freaking annoying, dude. Like, someone wrote in the comments on the Channel 7 one, they go, they will let it spread through origin tonight, then say we need a lockdown after. Don't ever expect common sense from the politicians. Yeah, like, it's like they know this is going on, and they know, like, these people have been in the community for over a week. Like, why would you let origin still happen tonight? Why would you do it? You would take precautions, because that's like how many thousands of people all cramped together, and you don't know who or what has spread. Like, it's just, I don't understand, dude. I've always said prevention's the best cure. In life, it's a reality. Prevention is the best cure, like, period. So, even, matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure New Zealand, even, they've gone a long period of time with no cases or anything, and suddenly, I think it was in the past week or two, that they suddenly had a little freaking some cases happen, because again, there's a flaw in the system of this whole their setup. Like, the one other time when was it Queensland or somewhere, I forget which state, it's probably New South Wales, or but someone breached the actual, some couple breached the actual area in the airport, the safe zone, and they freaking flew in, they had the virus, and they walked literally right through the supposedly quarantine area where they shouldn't be. They just walked through it to another area. How is that, like, secure? I mean, right now the borders should be, everyone should have already locked the borders down. Like, it's just common sense, dude. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's freaking frustrating as hell, though.
Now, we're in school holidays, and
school holidays, worst time.
And Dr. Young cannot be clearer. We are urging Queenslanders, do not go to New South Wales. If you are holidaying at the moment in New South Wales, you should reconsider that and think about returning home. What is happening in New South Wales is very, very concerning. We haven't seen the likes of this before, because this is the highly contagious strain. We have been saying for a week now for people not to go into Sydney, but now we are saying very clearly, reconsider any travel to New South Wales, especially during this lockdown period.
See, there's the problem. We're just saying, the honor system, hey, just don't go. It's just a recommendation. I wouldn't go there if I was you, because, they've got this extremely contagious Delta variant. I wouldn't recommend, maybe change your plans. Don't just tell people that. Freaking make it so they can't go. Stop flying people there. Freaking stop flights to freaking there. Close the border. Stop letting people drive there. Take the decision away from them. Like, you think people, have you not learned there's people who aren't going to freaking play by the rules and do the right thing. Haven't you seen this? This has already been pretty obvious. It's happened how many times now in this country? Like, dude, hey, look, it's probably not a good idea right now to go there. We're just saying, maybe change your plans. Like, what the hell, bro? Just don't let them fly there in the first place. Stop flying there. Stop letting people fly there. Stop freaking letting people drive there. Freaking It's a comedy, dude. It's a comedy to me. I don't understand.
Now, because New South Wales, that Greater Sydney area and some of those regions are following tighter restrictions and that lockdown for the next 2 weeks, on Friday we commence an easing of restrictions in Queensland, and we will be changing some of those restrictions from tomorrow morning, but we want to make sure that it is just for that period of the lockdown in Sydney. So I know that some of our bars and cafes and restaurants were back to that bigger, fuller capacity, but because of what's happening in New South Wales, we just want to be a bit tighter. So we'll be going back to that 1 per 2 square metre rule and no more than 100 people in your home. So I know we had lifted that to over 100 in your home, but just for that 2-week period, we really need you to follow that advice. And finally, can I say, if people have been into those declared areas by the New South Wales government and you have returned back to Queensland, it is absolutely imperative that you follow the advice. This is the highly contagious strain, and we do not want that spreading in the Queensland community. So you owe it to yourself, to your family, and to your community to do the right thing over this 2-week period. So I please ask people to do the right thing, especially if they have travelled down to New South Wales during that period. So once again, if anyone is sick, please stay at home and get tested. That's absolutely critical. And we are monitoring very closely the developments in New South Wales. And I do wish everybody in New South Wales all the best. We've been through our lockdowns here before. We've always gone very hard and very quickly. That's always been our motto. And it's worked very well for Queensland. And I know New South Wales is going to get through this just like Victoria has as well. So we're with you, and we do want to welcome you back to our state when the current situation eases. So good luck to everyone, and I'll hand over to Dr. Young to give some further details, and also to about a flight attendant who was on those flights.
Nicole, you had COVID 3 times? Holy crap.
Full.
That's
The
crazy.
ones that were coming into Brisbane and leaving the Gold Coast. So I'll hand over to Dr. Young to go through those details. But
glad you survived it, Nicole.
Listen to what
That's
Dr.
crazy.
Young has to say about those venue sites of where the 2 people have been found to have a positive COVID case too. Thanks, Dr. Young.
Yeah, exactly, Karen. Apparently, it does not, the vaccine will protect you a little bit more, but it doesn't mean that it stops you from spreading it to other people. Sorry to hear, Terry, about your situation, but glad you survived COVID. That's good to know. Jeez, Nicole. Wow. Glad you made it through it. Oh.
So
Stuff is
3
stressful.
new cases in Queensland overnight, 2 of them detected in people who were out and about in the community. They weren't in quarantine. And the 3rd one detected in an overseas traveller from overseas in hotel quarantine. So I'm not concerned about that one. Now, the other 2 cases we're still investigating. One of them is a DFO worker and was at work on that Saturday, the 19th of June, but we do not believe that...
Just so y'all know, DFO is freaking like this huge discount, like where you get like factory seconds or things like, you get stuff that's like cheaper. Basically, it's a really cheap store by the airport. And they have like Nike and all kinds of different brand name stuff, usually a lot cheaper. because maybe it's something that was like a factory issue with it, or you know what I mean, or whatever reason, but it's just super cheap. So tons of people go there, long story short, to DFO. Tons of people go to DFO. And DFO also has near it, besides DFO, if you go to DFO, there's restaurants, there's a freaking supermarket, there's gyms, there's so much at the DFO complex. So, you know, it's crazy to think that someone was right there in that area. It could be so many people could have been, affected, just because of being in DFO alone. Like that's a huge area of, like, it's mental, dude. Like freaking hell. Oh my gosh. I don't think it's going to go away until they find a cure, unfortunately. Apparently some Aussie dude, doctor dude, did find a cure, but they're still working on getting it available or whatever, approved. But apparently there is a cure. Terry goes, I am weirdly not afraid of it anymore. I no longer mask anywhere. I have my plan if I get it again. Well, you've had it before. I think one comfort, if you've had it before and you survived it, and especially if your symptoms were, depending on the severity of your symptoms, like there's people who've gotten it and their symptoms haven't been. See, this is half of the problem too. Like some people get the COVID and their symptoms are like a minor cold, if that, and so if you're someone who if you realize, oh man, when I get, like, you're like, oh, if I get COVID, freaking, it's not a big deal, because like my body is one of those lucky people where it doesn't seem to do anything. So you're feeling quite invincible. There's people who be like, oh yeah, I can go out and not even stress because I know if I catch it, it's not going to be that big a deal. But what people forget though is that you might not be affected severely, but you could pass it on to your family or someone else who maybe doesn't respond that same way. And this is where the system breaks down, because like there's people who are out and about and like even if they've got the vaccine, they're like, oh cool, I've got the vaccine, so they start going out and being like feeling invincible, but they in the back of their mind forgetting that, hey, but that's great for you, congratulations, you were one of the lucky people who could get the vaccine. But guess what, there's people who can't get it and haven't got it, and you can still carry it and get them freaking sick. So that's the problem. And that's where this whole thing falls apart, because people they forget that point, and it's maybe not even made clear enough too. A lot of people just probably don't even think about it. They're like, oh, I've got the vaccine, surely I can go out and about now and it's fine. But it's not like that. Exactly, Faith. My personal experiences with it is I have been more sick with the flu and pneumonia. Honestly, been more sick. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard, like, there's some people who this is a walk in the park compared to the flu and other things that they've potentially have caught. But I'm also not going around to many people currently. I've been to the funeral home and one Dollar Tree. Of course, I have a huge funeral coming up, so sorry to hear about your funeral you have coming up, Terry. Sending you and yours lots of love and good vibes. Yes, Faith, if I got it and spread it, I would be devastated. Exactly, Karen. And most sane people would be devastated to know that, they wouldn't want to risk that. Like, you just think how bad you would feel knowing that you got your mom or your dad or someone close to you in your family sick and they ended up dying from it. You would feel like crap for the rest of your life, dude. I don't think there's any coming back from stuff like that, from a, that would just, especially when you know you could have freaking prevented that. And that's the thing, man. Like, I see it every day. I see it all the time. You know, this is the smart thing. This is what the problem is. I feel people are selfish in general, right? Because I feel like people are like, can't even be inconvenienced for even a little bit for the better good of their community, of their family, of their country. You know, like, I don't understand it, man, because again, prevention's the best cure. They should have just made it a law now until the pandemic, until COVID does not exist anymore. Make it a freaking mandatory law around the freaking world. Everyone wear masks when you're in crowded indoors, public places in particular. Make it a freaking rule, because it's not a big deal. You can surely go freaking 15 minutes with a stupid mask on your face in the store for a short period of time for the better good of people. Make social distancing a law. You have to social distance. If a policeman see you standing right up next to someone's butt in the freaking line somewhere, they have a right to arrest you. Like, freaking do something. Don't just say like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, freaking do something about it. Make it a freaking rule. Make it the law, man. Be like, yo, because prevention is the best cure. I said this early on. You guys heard me say this a million times. Dude, the first freaking month when they realized all of this was going on, the first month, if they freaking did hard lockdown and told anyone who freaking breaks the law, you're being arrested, freaking, they did that the first few weeks around the world, COVID would be gone, dude. It would be gone. It would have died. It wouldn't have mutated to 8,000 different variants. It would have been gonskis. But because they didn't do that, and because people are so freaking selfish anyways, and they're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to go out there. COVID's not real anyways. Blah, 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 blah. All those type of people saying crap like that. That's why it's still existing over a year later now. Freaking unbelievable. It's a joke, dude. Stupidity. Yep, Charlene, true. So true. So freaking true. JP goes, yes, because China started this COVID virus. That's why we had lockdown and we wearing masks. Chinese virology creates SARS-CoV-2. I goes, individualism is the death of humanity. Yeah. Terry goes, two-part problem. We still don't seem to know what we are doing in general. And two, it's a political hot button. And for being a medical issue, has never been done like this before ever. This is the funny thing. That's very interesting because, yeah, over a year later now, we're truly, a year and 3 months roughly since it's like was hugely announced that this was going on, because technically it existed back, look, there's people who say this existed back in June of 20, what year we're 2021 now? 2019. June 2019. There's people allegedly who say COVID already was a thing in June 2019. Think about that for a second. And then around December of 2019, leading up to January of 2020, then you started hearing a bit more about it from, China, Wuhan thing. There's this outbreak in China kind of thing. A little bit you started hearing, but it wasn't until around March of 2020 where suddenly a bit more like, hey, look, the whole world, wake up, this is what's going on, kind of. It wasn't until like about March that it started getting widespread blah 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 blahs, right? So we're truly, realistically, you know, a year and a half later, if you want to say technically, I would say a year and a half, really. I'd say it's roughly a year and a half of all this nonsense. If everyone would have did prevention's the best cure early on, if everyone was transparent, if everyone would have, you know, did all this early on, it wouldn't even exist now, and everyone would have been able to get back to regular lives, and none of this would be going on. But it's continuing because, yeah, it's interesting. People still don't seem like they get it. After all this time, people are still like, oh, I don't know. Like, it's insane. It's Operation Insanity out there, dude. Freaking hell.
They contracted it while at work there. We know that there
She contracted it while at work. So she's at DFO working. Mind you, DFO is at the airport complex. It's basically Brisbane Airport whole areas in this region where the DFO is. So it's like Brisbane Airport area, guys. So you're already thinking airport areas need to be really a lot more on top of their game in general. So she's got it at her work. So think about it. That means most likely, this is my opinion, I haven't heard them say it, but a pilot, waitress, someone who was on one of these flights or whatever, went to DFO and to her shop, and that's how she got it.
known to friends of some of the people who attended that Portuguese restaurant. So we're just working that through. So we suspect that's where the linkage has happened.
Okay, so that's what they're saying. So they're saying they don't think it came from someone from the airport airlines. They're saying that Portuguese restaurant outbreak from before, that it's someone who was part of that came to her shop.
They themselves did not attend that function at that restaurant. So we're just working through what's happened there. So we suspect it will be the Alpha variant, the UK.
But they still came from, that originated still from someone with hotel quarantine breakdown or some crap or another.
Variant, but we'll need to get genome sequence.
And hotel quarantine is from people who've flown from other places, in case you guys didn't know.
Seen back to confirm that. So we believe, although they've had no symptoms at all, so they came forward and got tested because they'd been at the DFO. So I'm very grateful to them for doing that. And so we've got this result. They've not had any symptoms. So we are going to deem them as infectious in the community from the 20th of June. And they've been to a lot of sites throughout the community, which we'll put up on our website, several gyms, several shopping centres, etc. So that's really important. If everyone, once we've got that information up on the website, could you please go and check whether you've been at any of those sites? We'll, of course, be contact tracing.
Or instead of telling people to go to the website, how about you tell us now what these sites are?
Partner who lives in the same household has tested positive. Now, they did develop symptoms on the 23rd, so we're deeming them infectious going back to the 21st. They've also been to a lot of venues, a lot of different sites, and they work in the Sunshine Coast. So we'll be going through all of that with both of them, and we'll get all that information on the website. So it is critical, as people have done before, to just check those websites, come forward, get tested. Any symptoms at any time, get tested, but we'll also be contacting people that even if they don't have symptoms, we'll want to test them.
And how about, instead of saying, come forward, do this, that, blah, like, how about also just saying, as a preventative caution, mask up. Mask up. Just mask up, bro. If you're in a public setting, just mask up, just to be safe. Because these people didn't know they had it. They were all around. Now, if they'd been masked up, it would have been a greater chance of them and others around them not getting infected by anything they may be throwing out if everyone was masked up. Just mask up if you're public. She works in a retail shop. She should have been masked up, in my opinion. If you work in a store, restaurant, anywhere, in a public place, right now, you should have a freaking mask on. Freaking just mask up, bro. If you're going into those stores, freaking just mask up for 5 minutes while you're in there. It's not a big deal, bro. Just do it. I'm going to go back to freaking masking up myself, dude. I was originally, you guys know, I didn't step out the door without a mask on. When no one else in the country was wearing a mask, I was wearing a mask. I was rocking a mask everywhere. And that's the times I did go out, which is very rare because I wasn't going out. Initially, I wasn't going out at all. Then when I started, later on going a few places here and there to pick up things I needed or whatever, like situations, I masked up and I social distanced and I did everything, and no one else was reporting cases or this, that. But I'm like, bro, it's not gone just because no one said it's gone. This is an example of that. Just because no one said it hasn't reported it. It was there all along, and it still is there all along. So I'm saying, dude, like, just make it, prevention's the best cure. Just freaking make it a freaking mandatory, the way that we live our lives for the next freaking year or two until it's gone or everyone's vaccinated, until you've got everyone herd immunity or, everyone's vaccinated or freaking you got a cure or whatever it takes, whatever that magic thing where it's all, or at least pretty much good to go now. Make it a rule. You freaking could change the outcome by being just prevention the best cure. Just think about it. If everyone was a rule that they had to mask up, this wouldn't have happened. Because if she was wearing a mask and the people in her store was wearing a mask and everyone was social distancing and doing that, wouldn't happen. The problem in Australia, again, that as much as I freaking I love Australians' mentality, because you guys have heard me say all the time, I love in general the whole she'll be all right, mate, and laid back, super chilled, and that vibe and energy is awesome 99% of the time. But when there's a pandemic, I don't like that attitude because it's too like, oh yeah, she'll be all right. There's some cases, no worries, it'd be fine. Like, dude, just this is the time where I want everyone to be like, she might not be all right. So just in case, even though she might be all right, let's just in case, humor me and just let's do some social distancing and let's wear a mask, even though she may be all right. Like, seriously, bro. That's how I see it. Like, there's a good chance she'll be all right, but just in case, can we exercise a little bit of prevention's the best cure? Because that's a cure. Do I need to make another video on this? Maybe I need to make a video on this. I haven't made a video about COVID stuff in a while. Maybe I need to make a video talking about, hey, guys, there's a cure for COVID. It's called prevention. Like, I said that before in a video. I actually matter of fact, I think I called it prevention's the best cure or COVID, or I think I did talk about this already in a video somewhere on one of my channels. It's a joke, dude. It's freaking comical. It's comical that this has to even be a point of, it's comical that you have to tell people time and time again the same thing. Like, people aren't smart enough to figure this out already. Like, I mean, I just don't get it. Oh, it's frustrating, dude. Freaking so frustrating. The thing that sucks is I've allowed myself to become a bit complacent. Not complacent. I would say more relaxed, because it's always in the back of my mind. I'm always thinking about COVID things, but I've relaxed my own procedures that I had in place before. Like, I was always wearing masks if I went out in public or this or that. And lately I've been going into supermarkets, doing my shopping and doing everything without a mask, because I've been like, well, they said there's no cases. I've been like allowing myself to become a little less pedantic about this whole situation, which I shouldn't do because I have asthma and things. I'm in a higher risk because of that and stuff. And I allowed myself to become a little bit less, you know, I stopped wearing a mask everywhere. That's probably the main thing. I still social distance. I still freaking do my best to social distance, I should say, because there's some situations where it's been, I've been put in situations where there has been people in my private space. Like, for example, you guys haven't, I need to do a video on this. There was a council dude who came right up to my freaking door that was open in my van, right, without being social distance. He was in my private space. And, you know, like, there's times like that happen that people put you in harm's way by not doing the right thing. So I think I'm going to have to start freaking taking my own precautions again, and start freaking like overly, you know, going back extreme, and start wearing a mask out everywhere myself. I might just mask up again everywhere myself when I do go out. I might also and maybe I'll stop going into supermarkets again and go back to freaking having direct to boot delivery, you know, food. I can go to the store and have them bring it out to me to my car and put it straight in the trunk of my car. So I don't know, man, maybe I'm gonna start exercising my own freaking huge precautions again and go extreme with it, because I'm not gonna just freaking put my trust or faith in any other person that they're going to freaking do the right thing, because obviously it's been demonstrated that most people just aren't going to do that. Sorry, not most people, but you know, there are some people who won't. Always have a mask in my bag. Good idea, Charlene. Always in the back of my mind. Yep, Jazzy, good place. Oh, absolutely. It's so crazy. Charlene, it's very daunting, particularly when you're up against people who buck against protocol. Yep. Always social distance. Yep, Jazzy. Yeah, Texas and Florida have essentially said mask be damned. Yeah, that sucks. I'm so pleased you're looking after yourself. Yeah, we are pleased with that. I'm in southern Oklahoma, close to Texas, nobody masks, servers mask, but even checkout people don't mask. I would say 98% no mask. Yeah, Terry, that's freaking just ridiculous, especially back home in the States where there's so many freaking cases all over the place. It's just sad. I've made masks a part of my daily life. I'm okay with wearing them long term. Yeah, I hear you. I am going back to wearing masks again when I go out and about. I'm going to start doing it too again. I'm going to start putting masks back on. I don't care if I'm the only one wearing it. I don't care what's going on. I need to buy some now because I'm out of masks. I haven't bought any in a while even. I had tons of masks. I was always buying them. I was wearing them. And I only have one mask in the car right now. It's just one of those reusable ones. That only, you know, they have a lifespan, the reusable ones, because you can only reuse them so many times, especially if you can't properly wash them and dry them, which I can't properly really. I mean, I can kind of do it in the car here, but not, I guess I can. There's no excuse. I'm going to get it out, pull it out from here somewhere, and I'll wash it. It's just going to take a long time for it to dry in the car. But I'm going back to being extreme. It's stressful for me too, dude. Like, I haven't had the vaccine yet, you know. Not even one shot. I've got asthma and stuff, and I've been letting myself have taken my guard down a bit for a while now. I've been freaking taking my guard down, and I'm going back to freaking the other way now. I don't want to. I've enjoyed kind of feeling a bit of normality back in my life, man, but screw it, man. I'm just gonna rock the mask. Damn, man. Sucks that none of us should even have to be, this shouldn't even be a thing. In 2021, you would think that there was enough things learned from history and enough safeguards put into place that something like this shouldn't even have happened. Shouldn't have been able to happen, especially on this magnitude. And the fact that this could happen in China, allegedly in China, where it originated, allegedly, and the fact that this happened there, and when it happened, instead of allegedly, again, certain people, powers that be, doing the right thing and just closing their freaking country down, closing their borders and being completely transparent and letting people know the deal, and then other countries following suit and freaking closing their borders down. Again, this could have been prevented. It could have all been in China and not even escaped China if everyone did the right thing. If everyone did what they should have did initially, and then every country could have kept it at bay if they did what they should have did. But no one did what they should have did, and still today, no one's doing what they should do. It's ridiculous. Freaking make the hard decisions. Like the fact that it's not a rule, especially in places where there's tons of cases still, and they still haven't made it a law that you need to wear a mask, period. It's not questionable. It's not a choice. It's not an option. And the fact that people don't understand that and are too selfish to be like, even, you would think people would just be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, let's freaking do it. Let's just freaking do this just so we can get on top of this and get back to normal lives again. It's beyond me. I just don't understand. Humans are stupid, dude. This planet is just, it does my head in, man. Like freaking the stupidity level on this planet, dude. I swear, I keep telling you guys all the time, I'm not from this planet, dude. There's no way. I can't believe that I'm from this planet. It's just not possible. There's no way I'm from here. I can't relate. I can't relate to any of the stupidity, things like this that's going. I just can't relate. It's unrelatable. Nuclear weapons and all that stuff that are still being built and things like that. People still wanting to stockpile more and make more and do this and that. And this planet, man, seriously, we're our own worst enemy. It's freaking comical, dude. It's freaking comical. Stupidity at its finest, man. Ah! I gotta think about my next moves, man, because I think I might start. I think I'm gonna change a few key strategic. I think it's time for me. I might freaking have to go extreme myself, dude, because I might have to go even more off grid than I've been. I'm not putting my faith and hopes and dreams and hope that other people are going to do the right thing. Screw that. I'm gonna have to freaking I have to think about this, dude. I might be going super off grid, even more than now. Freaking stock up with tons of stuff as much as possible, so that I only have to freaking come out of my little freaking wherever I end up off gridness somewhere. I'm only coming out once every freaking. You only see me once every 3 months or something, man. I come out once every 3 months, stock up again, and then disappear again. And stock up. I've got solar. As long as I got solar power and internet, I'm freaking good. I could freaking keep, stock up with tons of stuff. hopefully freaking I'm gonna have to figure out how to get my other fridge to freaking my other 80-liter one once it's repaired and back from repairs. Hopefully, if I've got the new van by it, see if I got the new van, that new van's gonna have plenty of space, and I could have an 80-liter and a 70-liter fridge in there. I'm gonna stock the hell up. I have 80 liters of frozen food. One's gonna be a freezer, just complete freezer, and then the other one will be, one part of it will be freezer and the other part will be fridge. So I'll have like basically 3 compartments of freezer, because I can put so much frozen stuff, as you guys know. You can have anything frozen. I have enough frozen food to last me for like 3 months or something. And then I'm gonna have some dry food and stuff like that. And I think I need to get more water, like another freaking huge water jug, and more water, and just all kinds of, like, I'm gonna make it so that I'm gonna be off grid. I'm gonna be able to stay off grid for freaking 3 months at a time, dude. I'm not gonna be having to go back to a store or anything. 3 months at a time, that's my goal. I'm gonna be able to do 3 months at a time. 3 months, only have to go to the store 4 times a year. Easier said than done. It's like, that's kind of like a real challenging thing to attempt to do. It's probably not realistic, so I'm just speaking right now because this is how upset I am with this situation. It's just annoying. Frustrated, I should say. Not upset, but frustrated. I guess I'm upset too, maybe, but I don't know. But I'd like to freaking be able to, I don't know. I just want to make it so I minimize how often I need to freaking just over it. Be different, like, I don't know. And if I had the vaccine, I probably would feel a little bit better, possibly, slightly. But I don't have the vaccine, and I don't know when I'll be able to get the vaccine, so I think I won't be able to get it till like October. And I was considering, it's like I didn't really want to take the vaccine. If I could get away without taking it, I was kind of leaning towards not taking it if I could. But I was thinking of wait if I could make it wait till like the 2nd gen, 3rd gen of the vaccine comes out, when they've perfected it perfectly and it's 100% safe. Because in my life, I've taken tons of vaccines. Like as a kid, because I was a military kid, my dad, every time, when we went to Germany, when we went to all these places as a kid, like I always had to get vaccinated. You get like your, Tesla or whatever. Freaking a bunch of different shots to get. I can't remember all of them, but there was like a bunch of vaccines I had to get. You get injected, and then you can go overseas and stuff. And so I'm not afraid of taking that crap, because I've taken stuff like that when I was a kid. But if I don't have to take it, it's another story. If I can not have to take it, I'd rather not have to take it. But if I do have to take it, I'd rather take it when they've gotten like, the 2nd, 3rd batch of it, and it's, the recipe is perfected, Not the one where there is potential you might still grow horns and a tail. But if you end up with mutant superpowers, that's cool. Man, I got pie crumbs on my bag here. Those pies are messy.
We also have been informed by New South Wales that they have a positive case in a Virgin cabin crew member who was on 5 flights while infectious. On Friday, they were on a flight, and on Saturday, on a flight, and they came into Brisbane and Gold Coast. So we'll be contact tracing everyone on those flights. They're all close contacts and will be going into quarantine for 14 days. Fortunately, the flights were fairly empty because of all of the restrictions with Sydney. Then there will also have been Queenslanders who've been on the other flights. There were 5 flights in total, Queenslanders on the other flights flying down to Melbourne and to Sydney. So we'll be making sure that those people are contacted. If they're back in Queensland, they'll be in quarantine as well for the 14 days. Then we have another case that the Northern Territory informed us about.
Then we have another case, and then we got another case. They said originally there was 2 cases from this couple, and 1 case. So 2 community two community cases and 1 case in quarantine. But then she just named off all these other things that she was thinking. Oh yeah, then we heard about this other one, and oh yeah. Now I think about it, there's this other, there's this flight. There's people who flew Brisbane and this, and listen to this saying, man.
So this is a fly-in, fly-out worker who works in the mines, one of the mines around 350 kilometres or so from Alice Springs, and he flew in from Victoria into Brisbane, stayed 9 hours overnight, then flew on to the Northern Territory.
She just named, listen to what she did. That was more than 2. It's comical. I like how they like to dumb it down and make it seem like it's only just mainly just these 2 or this or that, like 2 community and then this one. Now she's named off a bunch of other stuff that was completely separate. What the hell, dude? Just tell it like it is, guys.
We're going into quarantine for 14 days. Unfortunately, the flights were fairly positive. Now, they did develop symptoms on the 23rd, so we're deeming them infectious going back to the 21st. They've also been to a lot of venues, a lot of different sites, and they work in the Sunshine Coast. So we'll be going through all of that with both of them, and we'll get all that information on the website. So it is critical, as people have done before, to just check those websites, come forward, get tested. Any symptoms at any time, get tested, but we'll also be contacting people that even if they don't have symptoms, we'll want to test them. Then we also have been informed by New South Wales that they have a positive case in a Virgin cabin crew member who was on 5 flights while infectious. On Friday they were on a flight, and on Saturday on a flight, and they came into Brisbane and Gold Coast. So we'll be contact tracing everyone on those flights. They're all close contacts and will be going into quarantine for 14 days. Fortunately, the flights were fairly...
I feel like that kid goes, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot. And wait, oh yeah, by the way. It's like, bro, that's way more than what you said originally. You guys...
empty because of all of the restrictions with Sydney. Then there will also have been Queenslanders who've been on the other flights. There were 5 flights in total, Queenslanders on the other flights flying down to Melbourne and to Sydney. So we'll be making sure that those people are contacted. If they're back in Queensland, they'll be in quarantine as well for the 14 days. Then we have another case that the Northern Territory...
Then we have another one. Oh, and then, like, bro. Look at this, seriously, dude. What the hell? Queensland records 2 cases of community transmission, is what they called it. This whole thing. Bro, that was more than 2 cases.
About. So this is a fly-in, fly-out worker who works in the mines, one of the mines around 350 kilometres or so from Alice Springs, and he flew in from Victoria into Brisbane, stayed 9 hours overnight, then flew on to the Northern Territory. And he was on that floor 5 of the Novotel Hotel at the Brisbane airport that we had that other transmission event. So because he'd been on that floor, he was asked to get tested, which he did, and that came back positive. So I've asked, and it's happening as we speak, that every single person on that floor 5 of that hotel has now been moved to different floors. So we did extend quarantine for people who were still on that floor, and we went and contact traced everyone who'd left that floor for an extended period. I don't think this was the same transmission event that caused the other infection there. I think it was a different one on that floor, but we went very widely in our contact tracing for people who had been on that floor. Now, anyone who works in that mine, there are about 700 or so people, I'm told, by the Northern Territory that have been made close contacts. If any of those people are in Queensland, we're currently contacting them. We've already got hold of several and testing them, and they've gone into quarantine. So there is a lot happening here. But the straightforward message is...
There's a lot happening here. That's not how you guys made it sound early on, is it? You guys made it sound like, oh, there's 2 cases, locally transmitted ones, and then there's the other one. She's like, there's a lot happening here. There's actually this, and oh yeah, that, and oh yeah, this one, and... Bro. Seriously.
If you are sick, it is absolutely critical that you immediately come forward, get tested and isolate till you get a negative result for COVID. That is just critical. Now, we know that people can spread this when they don't have symptoms, and that's our job then to contact trace and find those people. So if you've been to certain venues, we ask you to get tested, even if you haven't had any symptoms. Then the second absolutely essential thing I ask every single Queenslander, when you become eligible for the vaccine, please immediately go online to book it at one of our clinics if it's Pfizer, or go to your GP or to one of the pharmacies or one of the Commonwealth vaccine clinics and get vaccinated. So anyone who's 60 years of age or over should go and get the AstraZeneca from their GP or from a Commonwealth vaccine clinic, or a pharmacy if there's one of those in your area. The pharmacies are only in the remote part of the state. They're not throughout the state yet at this stage. That is critical. And then you must get the second dose. And your second dose needs to be the same as the first dose, Pfizer or AstraZeneca, to get the full protection.
Karen, another topic, can Asians get COVID? They probably brought it here intentionally. That's messed up, Charlene. People doing that. That is messed up. It's so freaking... The world is full of vampires, dude. Alright. I've got to get some engine battery and some power into my batteries. I got to start this thing up and drive it around for a bit. So let's do that. I'll take you guys off of this camera. Put you guys over on the front camera, the front stand. I've cleaned up my space. We're all ready to go for the next cooking experience. And yeah, dude, seriously, bro. All right, let me start this car up. This light's been on for a while, and I don't want my battery to die where I'm at because it would freaking take forever to get roadside out. Is that light showing? Hold on, guys. I gotta go to the toilet really quick.
talking about for several days now, where there were around 30 to 40 people attended a 30th birthday party. Everyone's got infected unless they were vaccinated. So vaccine is what we all need to do. That's critical. Thank you. Oh, a few other things. So as of 10 a.m. today, so Queensland has put in place as orders that to follow the New South Wales direction for stay at home. So anyone in Queensland today, as of 10 a.m. this morning, can only leave for the 4 reasons if they were in any of those 35 LGAs in metropolitan Sydney, some in Central Coast, Blue Mountains, Wollongong or Shell Harbour. If they were in any of those, they need to stay at home unless they need to buy any essential goods, food, etc. Of course, they can leave for that. They must wear a mask unless they need healthcare or they're booked to have a vaccination. They must wear a mask. And of course, if they're sick, stay home. Don't leave, as occurs for everyone. Then they can leave for essential work if that work can't be done by someone else. So otherwise, they should be staying home. All of our kids, of course, are on school holidays, so education doesn't apply. So, plus, of course, if there is no one else who can provide care to a vulnerable person, then they can continue to provide care, but they need to be very careful, and I would hope that that vulnerable person is vaccinated.
All right, guys, I'm going to I might go ahead and just end the stream here so that I can I'm just going to drive around and I'll probably lose reception anyways, and it's, you know, it's pretty dark and then blah blah blah. So I might end the stream, drive around for a bit, charge up my batteries, and then I've got videos that I need to edit and upload that I want to upload. So I'll probably rather do that instead of just having a stream going that you guys aren't going to be able to see probably anyways, most of, because it's dropping out or because it's dark or whatever. So I'll catch you guys on the next side, on the flip side. I'll be uploading a video. The next video will go live probably in 2 hours roughly. I've got a video going live roughly in probably about 2-3 hours. So look out for that one. That one will be going live in 2 or 3 hours. It's going to be a pretty cool video. So look out for that one. And I've got some reaction videos and stuff that's going to be going live as well. You guys really need to make sure you're subscribed to all my channels if you haven't already. All right, night, Roxy. Good night to you. Take care. Hope you're well. Again, much love to you and Cade, and glad to hear Cade's doing better. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right, see ya. Good night to you. Good night, Charlene. Good night, Karen. Who else is still in here? Good night, anyone else who's still in here. Looks like a lot of you guys have kind of already left. Anyways, this is a weird time of the night because it's like dinner time, or people are still asleep or getting ready to go to work, depending where they're at in the world. So but anyways, I love all of you guys. Thank everyone who support the channel in the various ways you show your love and support. Much love to you too, Nicole. Take care. Thank you all. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Yep, like I said, look out in the next couple hours or so. There'll be a video going live. See you later, Jazzy. Much love to you as well. I will be, yeah, look out for the next couple hours or so. There'll be a video going live shortly. And I've got some reaction videos all lined up and different things like that coming as well. So for the moment though, what I do need to do though is I definitely need to get some power in my batteries, man. I need to freaking get some power in my batteries. So all right, love you guys as always. Remember each one to the fullest and keep it off tap. Out.